Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve Ho, joined by Errol Smith over at the board. We've got Dan Club. It is your match build-up show for Liverpool versus Brighton, as we keep one eye on Newcastle versus Arsenal as well. Before we start, and thank you very much for joining us, a massive shout out to Dr. Cynic, our sponsor of all of our watch-alongs for this season, and of course all of our content as well. So yeah, if you want more information on some of the latest hair transplant techniques and prices and information and offers and all that good stuff, go to emracynic.com. There it is right there. You can see Ivan Rakitic, you've got Rio Ferdinand's had his hair done by Dr. Cynic, you've got Rivaldo, you've got Ludwig Gili, you've got Bakary Sagna, all that there is done. So it's good enough for the footy stars, it's good enough for you guys as well. Go to emracynic.com, click the QR code that comes out on the screen, click the link in the description, all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks very much to Dr. Cynic for sponsoring us this season and allowing us to do all this, really. Thank you very, very much. Last time you were in here, you went viral. Obviously, congratulations on your nephew's debut, by the way, for City. How you doing today? Any more viral moments in you?
I don't think so. I'm not, like, I go viral for just like facts and not like you know, bants.
Your opinion?
Yeah.
Shit about that.
I'm pretty shit at that. Yeah, but everything else we're all good for. But no, another game against Brighton. It'll be interesting. I think me and Dan was, well, I can't speak for Dan, but I was pleasantly surprised how entertaining the midweek game was, considering it was just the Carabao Cup. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a boring score and just get the job done, but it seemed to be a bit lively. There was a little bit of a chaos towards the last 15-20 minutes that we probably wasn't expecting. So it was a good game by all accounts.
It's weird, isn't it, Dan? I'll come over to you as we wait for the team news. Playing the same team twice in a couple of days, like, again, different venue, of course, different players will be involved, but is that, like, I don't know, I always feel nervous that they've got something on you. I don't know, like, how do you feel playing the same team just a couple of days after beating them out there, please?
Yeah, that definitely. I think that worked both ways as well, though, isn't it? I'm sure Fabian Herzl will be thinking exactly the same. But yeah, as Errol, and you referenced there, it will be different personnel-wise, obviously different competition. But I think you can take some learnings from that midweek game from both aspects as well. We know Brighton are no pushovers. They never have been pretty much since they got back into the Premier League, really. I always expected them to be quite front-footed. It was actually more of like a throwback type Liverpool performance, actually, in terms of they get a little bit chaotic towards the end. But yeah, I'm expecting much of the same from Brighton, really. Maybe they will be a little bit more cautious today coming to Anfield, but I think that's just the way he wants them to play. He wants them to be aggressive. He wants them to try and dominate possession and play their style of football and play their attacking brand. So yeah, I'm expecting much of the same and quite another sort of entertaining, fun game, which I'm backing Liverpool to come out on top of.
Yeah, I suppose as well, Errol, to tie into that a little bit, what is there anything like you saw from Brighton in a negative that you think Liverpool could exploit? Is there anything that you saw from us or from them that you thought that might be something we have to worry about today?
Well, we didn't see the likes of Welbeck the other day, really, not much of him, and we know he's been on good form so far this season. I think Matoma as well. I think he's a good prospect, so if he starts, there's a few tricky players that they had. There was one that was that Ardinga. Ardinga, yeah. He was another one which surprised me, to be fair, because he seemed to be carrying a lot of their attacking threat. And do you know what it is from my perspective? And me and Dan said this early on in our watch along on Wednesday, was they'll still be in this game at 80 minutes. I don't know how it's going to look, and I'd love Liverpool to be out of sight, but I can still see this Brighton side, the way that they approach games, the way that they build up, the way that they're very confident on the ball. It's constant. They don't ever drop off. I likened it to I said, we're not under the lights at a Champions League game by any stretch, but halfway through the game I was like, this feels like it is a bit of a Champions League game, the way that both teams are just free flow and open football. We back ourselves, you back yourselves, let's just see who's going to come out on top. And I can imagine more of that, but I think it's a good insight for Slot, for him to understand that there are going to be teams in this Premier League that do have this approach, and not every team is going to be able to sit there and park the bus for...
they're going to play, aren't they?
Exactly, and I think that in itself is a little bit of a sample size for him to be able to understand, okay, this is what everyone's been telling me about this Brighton side, yet they're still going to play like that. All right, well, we need to be able to dispatch them, and there are things that we may need to try on the pitch to do in order to get the result.
Liverpool's team has been announced, Dan. I'll hand it over to you to announce it to the good people watching us today. Go on, you take it away.
Yeah, let's do this. We've got Kevin Keller in goal, as expected. Kostas Tsimikas gets the left-back berth over Andy Robertson, as many may have expected. Virgil van Dijk and Ibu Konate back together once again. Is the centre-half partnership. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, Dom Szoboszlai gets the nod as that third midfielder, and a front three of Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo over Louis Diaz. Little conversation there. Vítězslav Jaros on the bench, Conor Bradley, Andy Robbo, Louis Diaz, the aforementioned, Tyler Morton, Joel Quansah, Joe Gomez, Wataru Endo and Curtis Jones.
I don't mind that.
I'll come to you first, Dan, actually, on the left-back thing. I know you had a massive conversation on it on the build-up show, so... But, like... Is this just... I don't know if it's just rotation. Is it the fact that Andy Robertson has struggled now for pretty much 2 games in a row? I thought he actually recovered better in midweek, because I actually think in both games he kind of got better, but he started really slowly and it looked like pace out wide was causing him an issue. But yeah, I don't know if it's rest, rotation, whatever it is. There's big games coming this week. Liverpool play Leverkusen on Tuesday. They play Aston Villa at the weekend. But yeah, Kostas getting the nods. Are we reading into that a rotation, drop-ins? What are you thinking?
I would suggest rotation, and I think Slot touched on the fact that obviously Andy Robertson's had a difficult start to the season. He put a lot of that down to the fact he didn't really have a pre-season, obviously away with Scotland at the Euros and that sort of stuff. So I think it is more of a fitness thing that's sort of holding Andy Robertson back at the moment. The inclusion of Kostas Tsimikas is rarely universally popular, but it might actually just be that today, because I think a lot of people are starting to suggest that Tsimikas might be the chosen one. I think he's playing well. I think Arne Slot definitely likes him. Whether he favours him exclusively now, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I will put it down to a little bit of rotation, a little bit horses for courses, a little bit who's the guy in the better form, the better fitness right now. And all those factors, all those questions probably do lead you to Kostas Tsimikas.
I suppose as well, we do have to remember it's Saturday night, so Liverpool have got 3 games in the next week now, 3 good games as well, you know, Brighton, Leverkusen, Villa. We're in the middle of that stretch that we knew we were going to be in, and actually so far Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton's gone pretty well, all told. The manager, I thought the fact that Diaz didn't play midweek meant he was probably going to play today. Again, I don't know if Cody Gakpo's performance, scoring the goal he scored and the all-round game he had, or again the manager's got his eye on midweek and Leverkusen. But yeah, either way, Gakpo, there's no complaints there, no one's arguing. Diaz has been great, but Gakpo was fantastic against this exact opposition 3 or 4 days ago now.
Yeah, certainly. And do you know what, I think more than anything else for me, I'm not looking at it as an individual thing. I'm looking at it from a unit standpoint, and that whole left-hand side has been changed from the Arsenal game, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Jones, Robertson and Diaz. Yep. And I think all 3 of them on the day were off it. You know what I mean? I think Jones had a good game against Chelsea, so understandably, based on merit, he would have, deserved the opportunity to be back in that midfield. Szoboszlai was the one who held bench for him on that occasion. I think Robertson got better in the Chelsea game and recovered after, was it Mduke, however you pronounce his name, he kind of had him up against it a little bit at times.
Well, even Lamptey had him a couple of times.
Yeah, and then again, as I say, you go to the Arsenal game thereafter and I think him, Diaz, that left-hand side for me just didn't work, especially in that first half. It wasn't functioning in a way that we've become used to, and I've given it praise so far this season. I thought at times it's looked as good as what I had, post Mane, and that's quite high praise, because I think the levels on that left-hand side had been off for a long period of time based on a different couple of factors. Diaz's output, not necessarily having someone tied down on that left-hand side of the 8, all those things factored in. It just meant we were just off it a little bit, and we was heavily utilising what we did on the right-hand side to offer a creativity, offer an out ball, offer those moments of magic. So I'm not surprised that he's went, nope, he's weren't of the level in the last Premier League game. I'm going to go with these lads. And Tsimikas has been delivering for me. Gakpo, when he's played, has been delivering for me, and has been having to do it in moments and not the main games, i.e. the Premier League. And McAllister, now that he's back fit, he gets straight back into the squad. And Jones, you have to get above his level and hold above his level for a sustained period before I consider replacing you for either Szoboszlai or him. So I'm fine with it. I think it's quite a good move from Slot, showing that there is reward for the good output in relation to Cody Gakpo. And then obviously maybe it might just be that kick up the arse that Robertson needs, that you've had it pretty comfy in this club for a long time. And maybe a little bit of competition for your place is the only way that I can revive your form ultimately.
I think also, to be fair, like I don't know if it's been mentioned, like Robertson was injured in pre-season and he didn't get a pre-season, and I do wonder if, like, again, they are just looking after him. He's been subbed off quite a bit, he has been rotated, he's been one of the few players who has been rotated. I'll go back over to you in a sec, Dan. I'm just going to bring the Brighton team up first. They've made plenty of changes as well, as we all kind of expected. Verbruggen's back in goal. They've got Julio, Jorginho, Welbeck, Matoma comes back in, up against Trent Alexander-Arnold. That'll be a battle to keep an eye on. Kadioglu went off, we thought, injured in midweek, but he's back fit and he'll start at left back. Ayari, Van Hecke, Estepinian, he'll play on the other full-back role. Obviously, he come on right back the other day, didn't he? As well. Veltman and Hinshelwood. So they've made a lot of changes. I suppose, Dan, the big question there is, I thought Matoma looked dangerous and I thought Conor Bradley had a bit of a tough time. Just about did okay in the end, but there's a couple of times it looked difficult for him. But Matoma versus Alexander-Arnold will be a key battle in this one.
Yeah, it definitely will, yeah. Matoma against anyone is always something to keep an eye on.
Oh, he's a good player.
He's a good player, yeah. He dribbles, he takes people on, he's very dangerous. I've seen actually some talk this morning from Ian Graham, obviously our former director of research at Liverpool. He actually wanted to sign at one point for the Reds. So, yeah, clearly a very, very talented player who's got a very, very high skill set. But yeah, I think Trent defensively this season has been outstanding. It's actually sort of outweighed what he can do in an attacking sense, I would say. So he's going to be put to the test once again, but Trent's woes, issues are hopefully a thing of the past now from a defensive standpoint. But I do also think Ibu Konate is going to be quite heavily relied upon to get over and help and double up and maybe shut down anything Matoma can look to do over on that side. And likewise, Ryan Gravenberch as well, dropping back in and helping out. I think those three as a triangle will try and lock down Matoma, because Matoma is probably the danger man, I would say, from that forward line. That's not to say they haven't got other problems and other threats elsewhere, because they definitely have. But I would imagine that Brighton will be pinpointing Keroma Matoma to get at Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of Matoma. They like playing in and around Welbeck, Errol, and Welbeck's he's been in good form this year. It's fair to say he's been playing well. He's the captain today, of course. He's keeping young Evan Ferguson out the side as well. Welbeck's been in really great form. So definitely a couple of issues that Brighton can pose Liverpool. We had a super chat from Dewey, who just says he's our #1 fan. Thank you very much, Dewey. Much appreciated. I do appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much for getting involved with the show. It's the midfield's an interesting one, Errol, because they've made changes. I actually think Liverpool might be a bit more... I'm surprised, for example, some of the changes they've made. No Enciso, no Odinga, maybe Labour. It feels like they've took off a few more of their athletic players, really. I wonder if Liverpool can... That's an area where Liverpool can dominate in there, get the legs of Szoboszlai back in the team, running around a bit more, get McAllister back in from the start as well. It feels like Liverpool could dominate that area of the park, which isn't always the case against Brighton are often quite a dynamic, energetic, physical side.
Well, I'd like to think so. I think, our midfield three so far this season, whenever we've been able to play the three of them, have dealt with most of the challenges that's been up against them so far this season. As I say, Brighton are no mugs. They've got a good record against us because they've played us a couple of times and, stole it on us. But I do think the way that Gravenberch has been playing the last couple of weeks, we could sit here and we could spend an hour talking about the highs and lows of Dominic Szoboszlai at the minute, because it's to me it's turned into the curious case of the Szoboszlai. Like, there's so many more questions that I have about him and his ability at the moment than answers. But I back him when he's in the midfield with the other two, because I can trust the other two to continue to do what they do really well, and hope someone like Szoboszlai not only adds that energy and that a bit of intensity, but he can just find that final spark to just give him a little bit of quality as well. Because it's the only real thing that you can... If you really want to nitpick, you can scrutinise his game for. It's the output now and the chances that he's creating for others. I still think I'm not convinced. There was a bit portion on Sky the other day about how Slot had been sharing the goals amongst the Liverpool's forwards options, and it looked good by numbers. But I'm still not convinced by the amount of chances that we're creating in games that we're doing enough service for the likes of someone like Nunes. So it'd be really good today if Szoboszlai was able to kind of run the game a little bit, or even Szoboszlai or McAllister, any of them two can run a game in midfield, and you've got to be on your top game if you're going to get anything away against Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah,
definitely. I suppose, Dan, as well, the other question remains about Liverpool made 9 changes, or have made 9 changes to the team that started in midweek only. It's only Kelleher, isn't it, and Cody Gakpo who remain in the 11. I always think
Yaros.
Sorry, it wasn't even Kelleher. It was Yaros. You're right. It was a Gakpo and who missed out. Is it 10 changes?
I think it might be 10.
Maybe 10.
Yeah, well,
might have been. Anyway, with that, no, Szoboszlai started, didn't he? So it was Gakpo, 9 changes. Szoboszlai was up front, effectively.
Oh, of course.
Go back to it. They're the 9 changes. I always think it's right to rest players, and I always do. I always worry about 9 changes back and forth again, like players getting themselves out of rhythm. I suppose the fact that you played against the exact same opposition and the fact that they've done pretty much the same thing maybe negates that a little bit.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, much of a muchness really for me today. I'm glad Cody Gakpo has been given the nod for this one for what it's worth as well. I think that meritocracy does come into play a little bit for this. That's not to say Luis Diaz has been playing poorly, but he deserves some reward for that performance in midweek. He deserves some reward for his performances, just generally speaking, whenever he's been called upon this season. And I think it was telling that he was the one that did come off and Diaz completed the 90 in midweek. That suggested to me that it will be this way around. But yeah, in terms of the rhythm, in terms of the sort of the keeping ticking over elements of it. I think it was just Gravenberch and Trent out of the starting lineup that weren't actually there in midweek. Obviously, we've seen Ryan Gravenberch watching the game whilst with his missus, which I'm sure she'd have been delighted about. But I'm not overly concerned. You said it there in terms of same opposition, similar style of play. We know what they're going to be all about. We know what threats they pose. We know what they're going to try and do. All that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't think the break is anywhere near long enough to warrant being worried about anybody looking particularly rusty or out of form or out of sorts. Even the likes of McAllister, giving him a little run out at the end of that game probably did him the world of good, you would say. So yeah, I'm not concerned. Salah comes on as well, and Darwin likewise. So yeah, I think they'll all be sharp and ready to go for this one.
I think Dan just mentioned Darwin there. He's the next person I want to speak about really. He's actually, I think most people have been pleasantly surprised with Darwin recently. He's been working hard. He gets his assist against Arsenal, does really well. Feels like we could do with a Darwin goal. Obviously, he gets that one in Leipzig, doesn't he? When he steals Mo Salah's goal. Fill your boots, by the way. Centre forward to get that goal for yourself. It'd be nice to see Darwin get a Premier League goal, and against this opposition, who we think they will give you chances, they will play out a bit. You might be able to get in behind them at times. They're not going to park a bush, you wouldn't think. No. They're a counter-attacking team, but they do leave space as well. They'll try and spread the pitch.
Absolutely.
It could be a day where Darwin gets a little bit more joy than, for example, a team who just sit back and don't do anything.
No, I would back him too, really, if given the chances. But again, it comes down to the level of service that we give to him, because me and Dan was sitting here the other day just looking at the goalkeeper, and he might have changed him. I think they have, but he was given so many so many loose balls, and that isn't just an individual thing with that particular goalkeeper. That's their system, that's their setup. So as long as he's alive to that danger potentially today, Darwin not only will get kind of mistakes, which you'd hope might go for him and might fall in his direction, but also we should be looking to try and put him in behind, try and get him in behind that back line of Brighton. See if he can work that goalkeeper, see if he can get some shots off, because at the end of the day, in order to kind of, you can turn around to me and say goals breed confidence, yeah, but in order to get your goals, you've got to be having shots, and your shots will also breed a level of confidence for you. If you know that you're taking shots, you're working goalkeepers, you're getting close, there might be some frustrating ones where they hit the post and you could have done better, but ultimately if you're getting nothing and then expecting to score, and then you don't score, you're just going to become more and more disappointed and more deflated. We've got to start giving them opportunities in service for me. And I do genuinely think if we do that on a game like today at Anfield, 3 o'clock kickoff, he'll be backed. People will be wanting him to score now. He's leading the line. We already know the likes of Jota is potentially going to be out for another couple of weeks. All of these games are massive opportunities for Darwin Núñez.
Absolutely, Dan. Brighton have made obviously changes, managerial. They've had a lot going on, Brighton. But what we do know is 2 of the last 8 Premier League games, Liverpool have only won 2 of the last 8 Premier League games against Brighton. There's been 4 draws. They've beaten us twice as well. They've scored the first goal in the last 4 Premier League games against them. Liverpool have had issues with Brighton in the past, making no bones about it. They won this game last year. They conceded very, very early. Danny Welbeck scored after about a minute, and then the Reds eventually came back and won 2-1 in what was a very highly contested game. Really, it wasn't easy for Liverpool in that one. There is something about Brighton that has caused it caused Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool a few issues over the years. Is there anything that Liverpool do differently now that you think maybe keeps them a bit better set up to beat Brighton?
Possibly, perhaps. I just put it down as Brighton sort of remaining a constant in being a constant threat to bigger opponents, because funnily enough, in our Oppo preview show, which people get a clip of a little bit later on, a lot of what was said to me was that Brighton struggle with sort of the lesser teams. It's kind of the perennial problem that Liverpool have had down the years as well. We've struggled to beat the shit down the bottom and actually done better against the top 6, 7, 8, whatever. And I think Brighton have a little bit of that as well going on. And the fact they come to play football is kind of what it is. And they did it even when it was Chris Hughton, certainly when it was Graham Potter, definitely when it was De Zerbi, and perhaps even more so now under Hertzler. So that's what gives them a chance in these sorts of fixtures. It's often the personnel and maybe the slight dip in quality that means they don't always win out of those particular battles, but they're a proper footballing team who play it a certain type of way, for me, is the right way as well. So that's why they do pose serious problems to anybody they come up against, but certainly against Liverpool as well. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be very similar today. I don't think we'll sort of cruise past them. I'm expecting it to be quite evenly contested throughout, to be honest with you. But again, I'll come back to what I said earlier on. I do back us, and I am confident ahead of this one. My only concern really is if the game isn't necessarily going our way. We couldn't move for sort of the abundance of attacking talent we had earlier on the season. A couple of injuries later, Luis Diaz on that bench, and Luis Diaz is in phenomenal form, by the way, but we are a little bit short on numbers in that front. But aside from that, I'm more than confident that although I've just sung the praise of Brighton, I'm backing us to get the job done here.
Yeah, I suppose, well, if you look at the record, Errol, this year, like Brighton have actually only scored one fewer goals in the league than Liverpool. They've scored 16, we've scored 17, but they have conceded 12. Yeah. They found defending more trickier than usual. I used to always think Brighton were one of those teams, you know, you score 3, we'll score 4, that kind of mentality. They kind of moved away from that a little bit under the Zerbi. Yeah. But it feels like it's crept back in the last year and a half, like, and certainly this season. So, Chelsea, half of those came against Cole Palmer. Yeah. But like, they are a team who, again, that high line, they played that Stamford Bridge. If they play that today,
it's criminal, isn't it?
I mean, you'd think Liverpool be licking the lips. You'd think really that the manager might have changed his tack from that because it went so badly wrong at Chelsea. But they are a team who give you chances. They are a team who let goals in, and Liverpool's got a front three who can score goals.
Well, yeah, and that's the big thing today. I think from the effect in terms of being effective, someone like Cody Gakpo is that guy for me. You know what I mean? He's been somebody so far this season in terms of he doesn't need loads and loads of shots. You could see when he's on his day sometimes it's just 2 or 3 shots and he's got to come away with 1 or 2 goals. And I think we need to remind ourselves that we still have got quality options up front. It's just how that midfield, and you kind of alluded to it before, that midfield battle is going to be kind of crucial. If Liverpool can come out on top of that, but actually be progressing the ball, playing in those little bits of half spaces, few key passes around the corner, but play with a little bit of intensity as well. I think Liverpool will cause them a world of troubles, to be honest with you. And I think obviously with it being at home, having the home advantage, I'm expecting that front three to be frightening because, all right, we had Gakpo the other day, and it was Gakpo, Diaz. We had Jones and Szoboszlai playing kind of half through the middle. Those two, you're looking at that, and it's not as frightening by any means as what we've currently got out there now. So if they thought that they could deal with them for a period of time, we could deal with Liverpool for 40, 50, 60 minutes, whatever it was, even though we conceded 1 goal. By and large, we was dealing with them. All of a sudden, these lads are going to have you on the ropes, hopefully from the minute go. And that's what I really want to see from Liverpool today. I want to see a high-octane performance where it is a little bit like we're on fire.
Dan just mentioned before, actually, if you look at the strength of the bench, Liverpool do have players missing, there's no doubt about it. Luis Diaz, Curtis Jones are probably your main attacking options, really. Everyone else, you know, we've got loads of defenders, loads of fullbacks on there as well. You know, Gomez, Robertson and Bradley all on the bench. Endo and Morton, who you'd say are more defensive-minded players as well. And obviously Gerald Kwanzaa's on there, so if you look at the bench, actually, Brighton have probably got a few more options that they'd be happier with bringing on, especially in attacking areas. Yeah. I said this a couple of weeks ago, and this is what happens. You get a few injuries, and this is what happens to your squad. But it feels like Liverpool could really do with this first 11 performing, because the manager hasn't got too many options, really. He hasn't got the luxury of going, you know, he'll bring Diaz on. Diaz will get on the pitch, we know that, but there's not too much up there. You've lost the ability to change your front three completely, for example. These lads on the pitch have been given a big responsibility. It's up to them for the most part, with a little bit of Diaz off the bench.
I'm fine with that. Genuinely, I'm fine with that, because if it was the other way around, you'd be looking and be thinking it'd only be Núñez that might have been set and holding the bench, do you know what I mean, in other games, and you'd be thinking the same question, is Núñez going to be the one that can come on and save you in those moments? And I'm quite happy the way that it's lined up at the moment. I think Gakpo's probably our most informed left winger. I think Núñez is obviously in due to Jota, but I think his work rate at the moment has probably put him a little bit ahead of Jota. And Salah is just a complete freak in terms of the amount of goals that he just keeps racking up, and if it's not a goal, it's an assist. And I do actually like the Saka-Núñez partnership as well. They seem to find a way to link up with each other quite often. I've got no qualms in them having to go and take to the field and get the job done for us, because what we eventually did over the course of 90 minutes, I would be able to expect this side to be 2-3 up, maybe not even 2 up, and we've seen it with Slot before, right? We don't need to push for the third. Let's just make sure that we're watertight and we don't concede a goal and we'll be fine. I think that is the best way that Liverpool have got a chance today, because anyhow we get drawn into the way that Brighton want to play, and it becomes back and forth, it becomes a bit of a crazy basketball game, and we lose that level of control. I'd favour them to nick it or get a result. Liverpool have got to be very professional and very controlled within the first hour of this game to come away with 3 points, in my opinion.
We've got a question here. Dan says, John, actually, it's more of a comment, says we should get at that Brighton midfield. We'll see how they line up, but if it's Ayari and Hinshelwood, we'll see what Rutter does. Rutter can be a centre forward, he can play in midfield, he can be a number 10. So if they're 4-4-2, then Liverpool will have a numerical advantage. If Rutter drops in and maybe goes man for man, it becomes a little bit different, and it's almost 4-3-3 versus 4-3-3. But Rutter has actually shown a potential to get himself up alongside Danny Welbeck at times. I agree. I think Liverpool, with it being Hinshelwood and Ayari, I don't think Liverpool would mind that. I mean, again, it might be proven wrong, the two good players, don't get me wrong, but I think, like I say, those two against Liverpool's three, I reckon Alan Slot will be desperate for the midfield, Ryan Gravenberch in particular, to get on the ball and dictate this game, because it feels like that's where the space is going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Games are always sort of won and lost in midfield, to use that old cliche, of course. But I'm interested by the Brighton lineup as well. You mentioned, obviously, Kadioglu's made it. I imagine he'll be in midfield, because Estepinian is very much a left-back, so that's going to be interesting to see.
Well, sorry, Dan, I'm sorry to cut across you. Is there a chance they go 5 at the back, so they move Veltman inside?
They certainly did in midweek.
And they use Estepinian and Kadioglu. It's down as 4-4-2 on this graphic that I've got here from Google, but there's definitely a chance where Veltman tucks in, Kadioglu goes back to full-back, and they play effectively.
Hinshelwood's done right back as well this season.
I suppose the only thing what you'd probably say that might not happen is because Matoma's on the pitch. I can't see them playing wing backs and Matoma, so it probably is going to be a 4, and in which case, Dan, they've got a very attacking left-sided winger and a very defensive right-sided winger. The balance of the attack is obvious. That's going to be the case for Brighton. They're going to come down the middle and they're going to be down the left. Yeah,
which wouldn't shock you either, would it, given sort of the personnel that we're talking about. You mentioned Vu today. Obviously, he was cup-tied for the game in midweek. I think he started his career, maybe not the goals he might have expected, but he started his time at Brighton quite well. He seems to be quite pleased with him. Obviously, Danny Welbeck is the main goal scorer right now, the prominent goal threat, and we've already spoken about Matoma and how dangerous he can be. So I am expecting this to be weighted on that side in terms of the balance of attack. But yeah, as I alluded to a moment ago, fascinating to see how they line up. There was very much a 5 at the back out of possession midweek. Whether they go with something similar or they try and go for a bit more of attacking front-footed way, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, as I say, this midfield is the midfield that's worked. Obviously, Errol's already spoken about the question marks around Dominic Szoboszlai, but that is Liverpool's first choice midfield. Certainly in Arne Slot's eyes, it feels like. And I would back that midfield to get the better of that Brighton one today. That's not to say the Brighton one hasn't got quality. I am a little bit surprised by a couple of the selections there. I thought Believer would definitely play this game. But yeah, that Ryan Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai triangle has been clockwork, basically, hasn't it? It works so well. I think it is lacking a little bit from the number 10. The number 10 in that, in terms of the output and the numbers and the goals and the assists and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of out of possession, in terms of how it's worked in its unison, perfect.
Absolutely.
Do you think the way we played against Forest was very congested and stopped having the ability to play in the middle, through the lines? Do you think they are going to try and bypass our midfield the way that they've set up today? Just based on what I've just heard you both say, do you think it is just try? It's
almost the outball.
Yeah, try and utilise the outball and try and counter as often as possible.
They'll try and isolate Matoma against Trent as often as they possibly can.
Okay.
And I think one thing you mentioned before about the play out, I think Dunk's a massive miss for them. Because he is actually, I like Lewis Dunk, I think he's a good player. I think he defends well. I think he's quite calm on the ball, and he is the one who'll try and play.
He's one of them body on the line kind of defenders.
But he also he can play.
He can, he's got a bit of both.
Yeah, he's the captain, and he's a good player, so that he is a big miss for them. Of course, Liverpool have got injuries, you know that. But I do wonder, maybe not having him makes them a bit more wary. Well, a bit more wary, like I say, wary of playing out, because I don't think they were great at it the other day.
He was shocking, bro. He was genuinely bad, and that again, that is the way that they play. So that they are going to stick to their guns. But let's just say he was having an off day with it. They might not be able to play that bad, again from the back. But he was pretty poor the other day, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, a lot of changes for both sides. Well, if that continues, Liverpool will be hopeful of getting something out of it. Right then, everyone in the Discord, everyone in the live chat, let me know your predictions for the game. Yes, Liverpool versus Brighton kicking off at 3 p.m. We are badly keeping an eye on Newcastle, the Arsenal. Still 1-0 to Newcastle at time of recording. We'll have this on throughout this show, and when Dan takes over for the Fan Interactive show as well, we'll keep that on the background to keep everyone updated with what's going on. I'm sure you've got at least more than half an eye on it as what's what's happening at this point in time. Then me and Errol will pop back in about 2:45 for the watch-along itself. Right then, score predictions time. I'll give you lads a couple more seconds to think, because Adam says 1-0 to Liverpool. He's thinking a tight one. Dan, what are you thinking? Liverpool, Brighton, give me a score.
I proper fancy us there, you know. I like Brighton, they've been a good side, but I've proper fancy us. A few of the absentees, a couple of the team selections they've made fill me with even more confidence. So I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. I'm going to go Darwin 2, Salah 1.
Okay, let's have a look. Lee's gone for 3-1 to the Reds.
Okay.
Mamangu Gaming 2-0. Keegan is saying a hat-trick for Darwin. Dave is saying he's hoping for a controlled, comfortable 2-0. Yeah, that sounds a bit of me. Any score predictions?
I'm going for the 3-1. I fancy us to flex our muscles a little bit in this game, but I do think that we are going to be susceptible to conceding at least one goal.
I thought Arsenal were going to score then. They might still. That's cleared. It's fine for now. Craig agrees with you. He's gone 3-1. Russell's gone for 2-2. Come on, Russ.
Yeah. Do better.
Big tasty,
Russ.
Big tasty 2-1 with Gakpo and Szoboszlai getting on. Mikey's going 2-1 with Darwin. Jono's going 4-1. Brighton can't defend properly. Chelsea and Spurs took advantage of the high line. We should too. If they play it, if they haven't learned the lesson. Chris has gone for 3-1. I said 3-1 as well. Someone asked me on Twitter earlier, and I said I think it's going to be 3-1. So I'll stick with it. Hopefully more. I'd like Dan's clean sheet if we can get it, but I'll take that.
I'll take the 3-1.
Indeed. Right then, thank you so much for joining us for part 1 of the show. Me and Elle are going to nip out, take a quick break. Dan is going to jump in the host's chair for the Fan Interactive Show. This is where you guys can have your say on all things Liverpool, team news for this one, predictions for the game, state of whatever you want to talk about. Keep an eye, of course, on Newcastle versus Arsenal as well. Dan will have, I'm sure, more than half an eye on that one for you. In the meantime, as we switch around, let's go and hear from Arne Slot, who spoke to the press yesterday ahead of this game. See you in a bit.
Pleasure. Does it feel strange to be playing Brighton again so quickly after just a few days ago? Does that affect your preparation at all in terms of how you look at this game?
No, it's not that strange for us in football because in the older Champions League or Europa League world, you faced mostly, especially if it went to playoffs, you faced the team after a week again. So in football, we are used to playing the same team maybe after a few days. So it's not weird, especially because both teams didn't start with the team and they will start with on Saturday. And it's, I think, for the both managers a positive thing because you know even more about the opponent. Although, like I just said, players make the game, and it's of course a difference if a different player plays. The playing style might be the same, but the qualities of the players make 9 or 10 times the difference. So that changes the game on Saturday, of course, compared to the one on Wednesday.
And in terms of the managers, having seen Hezler and what he's done so far, a lot's been made about the fact that he's so young. Does that make any difference, do you think? Obviously, if you've got experience, it can be a big help, but do you go with the old saying that if you are good enough, you are old enough?
Yeah, I think that is also definitely true with players. Some managers maybe need first 20 years of experience to come to this level. They need this, and some talents. That's also with players the same, and this can be with managers as well. They just have it in their fingers. Is that a saying you have here as well? Probably not. And he's probably one of them because he's done really well at his former club, and he's done really well till now here in England also. So for him, experience is probably not such a big thing. And maybe I had a bit the same. I think I had 1.5 year experience before I joined Feyenoord. So there are exceptions, but in general, I think it's also good to have some experience. But there are exceptions to that rule.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redmen TV and the part of the show where you guys have your say, ask your questions, basically come at me with whatever you see fit for the next half an hour or so as I sit in ahead of Liverpool taking on Brighton, of course, in the Premier League at Anfield. Yeah, we've got the team news, we've got the Brighton team news, Newcastle is still beating Arsenal, all is currently going quite well with the world. So let's continue that particular pathway, shall we? Oh, nearly 2-0. Just watched the goal back as well. The simplicity with which Newcastle scored that goal. Great ball from Gordon, great head from Isak, but for a team who prides themselves on their defensive solidity, it was all a little bit straightforward, wasn't it? Russell, I am not prepared to comment on what Arsenal may or may not be doing 45 minutes before we play a game of football. So let's just wait. If they lose or drop points, great, but I'm not going to rub it in just yet. Quadbard is gone with a score prediction of 3-0 with Gakpo, Salah, and one from MF getting us over the line. I'm going to go 3-0 as well, for what it's worth. I said it a moment ago, but I'm saying Darwin's going to get 2. And Big Mo is going to get 1 as well, which would be lovely. Anxiety says Gordon, the Scouser in the north. Yeah, he's potentially done us a bit of a favour today. But as I said, nothing is done in this game yet. But more importantly, we've got to take care of our own business, regardless of how this next 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes or whatever goes. Because this will stand for absolutely nothing if Liverpool don't win against Brighton. So yeah, Trevor Smith is saying 3-1. I've been asked, do you think we will get an announcement soon regarding contracts, plural? Good question. I think we will get at least one announcement on the contract front quite soon. We may even get, and I'm completely speculating to the timing of this here, but I do wonder whether there's something in a bit of a Christmas crimbo type present for Reds everywhere. And if the social media team at Liverpool are going to be smart, or try and be smart with this, I mean, the nice thing to do would just be announce all 3, like in the next day or 2. That'd be wonderful. But if they're going to be clever and they're going to wait out and they're going to hold us all sort of to ransom on it, they might just wait until closer to Christmas and then deliver sort of a reenactment of the announcement of signing Virgil with him by a tree holding like a contract or something like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Virgil anyway. I'm confident Virgil gets done. As for the other 2, I would take any form of contract renewal. Truth be told, I don't really care how it looks. But yeah, I think the Virgil one in particular, you're missing an open goal there if you're the Liverpool social team and you're not doing something similar. Maybe not wait quite as long, but as we get proper towards Christmas time, it's a tapping, innit? Absolute tapping. Hengzai says Christmas gift, all 3 are re-signing. That looks like you're saying resigning, as in like they're all just going to quit, like down tools and walk away. But I know what you mean. Declan says 4-0 to Liverpool. We got a 3-0 from Thomas as well. Darwin, Cody, and Mo. How are we feeling about this game? Generally speaking, as was Ronald Koeman. How are we feeling though, genuinely? Because Brighton are a good side, aren't they? We've seen that lots down the years from a Liverpool point of view. They've given us 1 or 2 bloody noses. They're never really a pushover. It's never straightforward. Certainly not since this new version of Brighton arrived in the Premier League. Anyway, well done, cleared. So yeah, are we confident? And I guess based off what we saw and watched and learnt from midweek, does that fill us with more confidence? For me, probably it does, because I think Brighton are still a decent side, but they're still a work in progress. I think that was evidenced. Even though it was a different personnel, different lineup, I don't think we're going to see much different from them today. I don't think they're quite as highly polished as the manager would like them to be. He's come in, he's trying to implement his own style, sort of push his own identity, and that's fine. But it's not done yet, and you can see that. We're in a similar boat, don't get me wrong, but we're far closer to being what Arne Slot wants, it feels like, and that's partly because he inherited such a talented squad of players and all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, I am feeling confident, as is Trevor. I've just got a good feeling about it, and hopefully doesn't all come crashing down around me later on. Anxiety said Slot's got them figured out after that game. There's no such thing as a comfortable 1-0. I'll be dead honest. This is far more comfortable. And ideally one of the goals coming like the first 15, 20 minutes, and if we can just cruise from there on out, that would be right. But I've got a good feeling about Darwin today as well, I must admit. And a lot of you in the chat seem to have the same, because I've seen a lot of love and a lot of predictions for him getting on the score sheet. And maybe that's born out of him playing well again, but also I think it's the fact that we did see sort of that fragility from Brighton, and they have been caught and done with their ridiculously high line once or twice already this season, and I don't think they're going to change that game plan. I'd be almost disappointed if they did, because I think the way they want to play and the style they're probably going to bring suits us down to the ground a little bit, certainly from an attacking point of view. They'll pose threats we're now in the attack without a shadow of a doubt. But I think for us and our chances of actually scoring goals today, Brighton are perfectly set up in a way, and I think they're perfectly set up for Darwin as well to exploit that space in behind. So yeah, let's just see. Dave Random Video says he's nervous, however. Would I lead the control of the game and win 2-0 early goals to settle? And early goals are always handy, aren't they? There's nothing better than scoring early and just relaxing for the rest of the day. Certainly not with, 5 minutes added on to go at St James's Park, and the potential of Arsenal seemingly at best picking up a point at this point. Could it be some turnaround to get 2? Anyway, positive and inspired, says Declan. Brighton, good team, but we are the better team. Yeah, that's kind of, again, I said it a moment ago, Leandro Trossard, Brighton's side, caused us serious problems. They've come to town. That wonder goal was scored from the lad who's unfortunately retired now. A couple of years ago, his name escapes me, so forgive me. But yeah, Brighton have been a major thorn in our and a lot of the Big Six's side, because they play football in a manner that will do that. But often, and I referenced it earlier on, often just that slight dip in the quality that they possess compared to who they come up against means they get found out eventually, and that's kind of where I'm at with today. And Wepo, I knew it was something like that. I had that in my head, Matty. I did. Nice one, though. I didn't want to make a complete hash of it, though, by trying to guess, but I did have a feeling it was something along those lines. What a goal it was as well. And again, shame he'd had to retire early. Oh, he's nodded wide at the back stick. Declan Rice. That was a big chance. But yeah, no, Brighton again, they will pose major threats today, but I think just us and the slight edge and the fact we're at home and all that stuff, and maybe an Anfield crowd that's even more buoyant and buoyed by the fact that what happened in front of me now is currently happening. But their injury crisis was such a load of bullshit. Their starting lineup today, and Arsenal's Twitter knew, because I can't remember exactly how they did it now, but they basically said Gabriel and Saliba back together, because obviously there was a suspension and an injury problem there. Marino started, he's been out for ages. Declan, out ranting Dec. And the other one, Saka, was the other one they sort of pinpointed as well. I mean, you know what you're doing, you shit houses. WD Red says, I'm not sure Darwin can stay on side enough to make the most of the high line. Possibly. That has been a problem that he has had ever since he arrived at Liverpool, really. But it feels as though we're getting a much more mature version of Darwin, just in literally this handful of games he's played so far in the past few weeks. And hopefully that carries on into just staying on side more, because often the St James's Park game, actually, ironically, is one of the examples of him getting that right and timing his runs right and all that sort of stuff. There's no need for him to be offside 99 times out of 100, because he's quick, and he's quicker than most centre-backs. So he can just wait that little bit longer. It isn't really... it's an over-exuberance type thing, I think, often. It's not necessarily a lack of intelligence, as a lot of people put it down to. I think he's just so desperate to get in behind defences that he just goes early too often, far, far too often. So, Costi deserved this start. I'm referring to Kostas Tsimikas, of course. Yeah, I think he probably did. And I don't think Andy Robbo has been perfect by any stretch of imagination recently. I think he's been a little bit off it. Steve mentioned earlier on, I think he got better in both the last two games. I think he had a particularly shaky start against Brighton. By the second half, looked knackered, but was more like it. Crucial intervention at the back post as well. Likewise against Arsenal the week before, obviously got done by Saka for the goal. By the end was better, and ironically he could have scored in midweek at Brighton. Decent save at the near post to deny him. Could have had an assist for Szoboszlai if Szoboszlai's finish was better as well in the first half. So I don't think he's miles away from being on it, but at the same time there is just something missing there in terms of his performances and his fitness. And Kostas Tsimikas is playing really well. So sort of put all those factors together and you end up with Kostas Tsimikas playing like we've got today. Gaz says, I'd like 3-0 Mo, Nunes and Gakpo, and one from each of those front three. Mo, sorry, I've just realised the full stop. That full stop threw me more than it should have. Mo, Nunes and Gakpo, so that's one from all the three. I see what you're saying now. Liam Bento is flabbergasted at the ability of Arsenal players to stay upright when they're chasing the game. Usually they're on the deck and they're going to be empty for midweek. Yeah, the midweek point is a point. And yeah, it's often the case, isn't it, with any team really, but you are right on Arsenal. The dark arts and the ability to waste time seamlessly have seemed to escape them right now, and all of a sudden they're the ones bemoaning Newcastle doing exactly that. Kai Havertz just threw a mini hissy fit as I'm watching, and Nick Pope went down a second ago to lie on the ball for a minute, and yeah, when the shoe's on the other foot, you don't like it so much, dear Arsenal. Funny that. Afternoon, other Dan, 2-0 up the Reds. I think Damage Hurdle makes a point here, and Lee agrees, and I'm with you on all of that. And I've spent sort of the past few weeks, is what it's over, by the way. Newcastle beat Arsenal. Over to you, Liverpool. Joe Linton's giving it the big in there. You're all right, you. Isak with a goal. Tell you what, lads. That's a big old chance. That could be Arsenal's, I'm reticent to say title chase over, but to go that far behind, potentially City and us, of course, so early in the season, feels a long, long way. Like, the margins are so fine and the points needed to win a Premier League are so high right now. Yeah, to drop more points this early, brutal. But good at the same time. Somebody mentioned Dom. I've been with you, and I've been saying for the past few weeks now, I've been sort of predicting Dom to score, because you want him to score anyway, regardless of circumstances. But he does feel like one who needs a goal, and he doesn't just need any sort of goal. He needs a goal, like a vintage Dom Szoboszlai goal, whatever that looks like, whether it be a screamer from distance or, I don't know, a well-taken first-time finish, arriving on the edge of the box, whatever. But he needs a sort of goal that Arne Slot wants him to score, just to give him that confidence boost. Because Arne Slot's already come out and said a few weeks ago now, he needs to up his numbers, he needs to up his output. Even an assist might do it, whatever it takes, really. But I do feel like a lot of what he's doing, a lot of what he's bringing to the team is really, really positive, and that's what's keeping him in the team as well, ultimately, because Slot wouldn't keep picking him if it wasn't. But if he scores, and again, if he scores the type of goal that he knows he's capable of, all of a sudden, goes away with international duty in a couple of weeks' time, comes back off the back of that, completely rejuvenated, full of confidence once again, morale's high, and we might just get that version of Dom that we had from the outset last season. That's the hope anyway, because a lot of what we're doing right now is ticking and it's working really, really well. We're firing on lots of cylinders. There's just one or two areas of the pitch that aren't quite at it, and I think Szoboszlai is one of them. And again, still getting in the team because he brings so much to the team, but his quality, his on-the-ball stuff just isn't quite there right now. If we can fix that, we're laughing. Rob Davis says, yes, now it's time to take advantage and get 3 points. Yeah, that was never not the case, but also, absolutely, from a fan's perspective, we can think like that. The players will be none the wiser, I'm certain. Who knows, they might get the nod when they go back into the changes that Arsenal have been beaten. But absolutely, yeah, this is a golden opportunity now for Liverpool, and dare I say it, Man City, when they kick off at 3 o'clock as well. But for us, for our own sake, yeah, just get this 3 points and move further away from Arsenal. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And again, Arsenal can't bemoan anything. Like, from what I've seen, they've not been sawn off. There's been no controversy around their defeat this time. The injury crisis isn't an injury crisis. We already discussed that. So this is just them dropping points. Plain and simple. No excuses. Nothing to cover it up. It's just that. They've dropped points at Newcastle, boss. And it was always possible. It was always on the cards. Like, anyone who watched our build-up show this week, that was one of the fixtures you do highlight. You do put a little circle around it and go, you never know. And for what it's worth, I actually think Bournemouth away for City today is another one of them. You just go, City are favourites, and you expect City to come out on top, but you just never know. And I think this is one of them today as well. Cyan Roy asking about Amorim top 4 next season. No, not at all. Structure won't allow him to do that. There's too much broken there. And also the quality of the teams above them is too high as well. I even put Brighton in that category too, to be honest with you. I think he's a good manager. I wouldn't mind Liverpool appointing him. Adore Arne Slot. Made up that we got him instead. And I also think the fact he's wedded to that 3-4-3 formation will be a problem for United for some time yet, because they haven't got the personnel to play that. And they need to get rid of some of the shite that Everton Harburg bought as well. So, yeah. Arsenal get beat. Huge game. Leave to the Chelsea. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've got some big fixtures coming up too. Arteta out, says Trevor. I mean, I guess, if they're going to continue to drop points and lose games, Arteta brings on Jorginho and change. There is winners. There is certified, bona fide, you can take me to a title trophy winners. So, yeah, there is cards. He bought them. It's on you, my mate. It's on you. Rod Meta says, evening. Do start letting me know where you're watching from, because I won't be here for the watch along. That'll be Errol and Dan. But as many of you may have seen in midweek when I was on the watch-along, it does fascinate me wherever you guys are in the world. I just love it. Time-wise as well, if you don't mind. But I just love the fact that you do tune in from literally every single possible corner. So yeah, do let me know. Adam kicks it off with a tie. And see what I mean? Like, straight away. I mean, some of you just say, like, West Derby, which is boss, but it's not quite as exciting. You know what I mean? Yeah, Gareth, it's a good point, actually. I didn't consider that. It's clearly something PJMOL did and Howard Webb, who, by the way, we all despise. But still, it is kind of funny when it's not us on the wrong end of it, innit? Let's be honest. Sam, you're probably right, to be honest with you, mate. You're probably right. But I can dream for the next 29 minutes, can't I? We can all dream for the next 25 minutes. We got Declan from Ireland. Hello, my mate. Whereabouts in Ireland, though? Torquay, the English Riviera. Lovely. Helen Chamberlain. It's about all I know from Torquay. Helen Chamberlain. Paul Lennon is not quite as exciting. Are you at the airport by any chance? But yeah, about 50 minutes away from the studio. Salford, Buffon, Widnes, I've seen just above there. Florida. We're Florida. And we got half 11 in Tokyo. My God. Sunny St. So cheers for the time from St. Helens, because I wasn't sure what the time difference was. So nice one for dropping that in there. Appreciate that. Start getting your score predictions in as well, once again, if we can. And I know we're all just reveling the fact that Arsenal has been beaten, and that bodes particularly well for what Liverpool could potentially do this afternoon. But yeah, do start getting those score predictions in as well. Absolutely lovely. A nice one as well, Matty. Appreciate the time. I wasn't sure what the time was up at Ellen Road, but yeah, appreciate that. Kevin Van Persie, not his real name, I'm going to hazard a guess. Slot, his former player Sinistero, will come off the bench. Don't understand he's a sub. He will be the match winner against City, and Senesi eliminate Haaland. Listen, I'm here for it. I would say Semenyo's going to be the man, though, if they are going to get the job done. Look at these two back to back. Some effort. And this one, third one here. Trevor is absolutely spot on, by the way, in his assessment. Yeah, this normally happens sort of pre-kickoff, and if it doesn't, we don't win. So it's on you guys, ultimately. Don't worry about Darwin, Mo, Canate, Virgil van Dijk, Gravenberch, McAllister. Their influence in this is by the by. You guys are going to make this actual 3 points happen if it does. Indeed. So yeah, sound. All good, isn't it? I'm feeling particularly smug right now. I must admit, I'm feeling rather relaxed about life, and almost, I mean, that's a bit harsh on Lily, whoever Lily is, admiring curling. I'm assuming there's some sort of personal beef going on there, because I've got no idea who she is. I don't know the girl. I can't possibly comment. Paul Vic says, do you think Kieran Morrison should get a few chances off the bench, seeing as Keys and Elliott aren't available? I'll be dead honest, and funnily enough, Liverpool under-21s have just gone 2-1 up as I'm talking. Trainee only made it 1-1, by the way, because of course he did. I'll find out who scored a second in a moment. But yeah, I was surprised it was Vernel Young midweek. And that's not to say Vernel Young isn't a very talented footballer, because he absolutely is, by the way. But I thought it would have been Kieran Morrison who'd been given the nod when it comes to bringing up on the academy lads. Just because the position he plays, in part because he's a right winger who cuts inside from the left, so it feels like if we wanted to give Salah a night off, it is Vernel Young that scored. Of course it is. Good player, always liked him. But no, I do like Kieran Morrison a hell of a lot, and I do feel as though he's 17, maybe 18, but he might still be 17. I do think if anyone is sort of looking likely to make those strides and those steps up from that under-21 side, it's probably him. Certainly from an attacking point of view, there's lots of midfielders and defenders that I could talk about. And again, I don't want to talk down on Trent Cohn-Doherty, Vernel Young. Jayden Danns is still injured, so he's not in this conversation right now. Even lads out on loan, I don't. But Kieran Morrison, there's just something about him, something special about him. Reminds me a bit of Curtis Jones, actually, when he was younger. Plays on the opposite side in terms of wings. But yeah, there's just something special there that I feel like Liverpool will want to take a closer look. He's been in a couple of training sessions around the first team. But again, I think if anyone's going to get the nod on the bench at any point soon, I would still back it to be Kieran and actually get on the pitch as well. You know what I mean? Let's just see. He did just go in the academy now, because that's just what he does. Brilliant footballer. Fritz says 3-0 with Gakpo twice and Darwin once. We will take that. Absolutely. He did. Yeah, he did. Just as I was talking as well. Of course he did. 3-0. A lot of 3-0s coming in, which I like. Because that's where I'm going with as well. Lee Davis says, come on Liverpool, the Geordies were brilliant today, made Arsenal look a bit silly. Yeah, from what I've seen of the game, mate, I think Newcastle were the better team, to be honest with you. Yeah, who's done his ACL? Who's done the ACL? Who are you talking about? You got to tell me, because I can't. Someone can't just say someone's done the ACL. Oh, I see. Okay. It felt like a harsh insult still, to be honest with you, mate. I'm still not entertaining that. Oh, Rodri. Someone talk about Rodri with the ACL, because, yeah, that is true, if so. 2-1 win for the Reds. Baldwin says, let's win it, lads. Kat says 2-0. The pressure to win it hasn't really altered. It's just a chance to take advantage of one of our rivals, in inverted commas, slip-ups. That's all it is. Nice one, Gino, as well, by the way. I just want to highlight this comment because it's from one of our members, Trevor. Yeah, I am. Listen, it makes the job that I do for a living more interesting because there's more to talk about. But I'm not sure we're going to be crazy busy in January in terms of incomings. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with a lot of the younger lads on loan. I think Wataru Endo potentially as well, and Tyler Morton. What happens with their particular futures could be up for debate when it comes to January. There's quite a lot of the youngsters who are out on loan now who might get different loan move potentially, but that's a conversation for another day. I'd like to see Liverpool do a bit of business in January. Don't get me wrong, I really would. I think 1 or 2 additions. Let's say we're doing it from a position of strength. Call it second in the Premier League, a point behind Man City, because that's where we are at the time of recording. And let's say we're obviously seamlessly moving through the Champions League. We're still in the Carabao Cup, would be the semi-finals by that point, I think. Obviously the FA Cup on the horizon then as well. If we're going into the market from that sort of standpoint and add in another midfielder, another defender potentially as well, that bodes really, really well. And I suppose a lot would depend as well on where Chiesa is and how much football he's been able to play and all that sort of stuff. Because it's abundantly clear Liverpool want an additional forward in that line. Otherwise, we wouldn't have signed Chiesa. If he'd only played a handful of games between now and then, you might have to reassess what's going on with him. There was reports already of him going back to Italy to get his match fitness, his match sharpness back up and all that sort of stuff. So 3-1 to 21s now as well, by the way. I will keep an eye on who scored. If it's Kieran Morrison, this is just crazy. But I will tell you. Derry's back. Nice one for coming back. Arne says, I love this football club and Arne Slot's shiny head. There's absolutely nothing to debate there. FT Clips thinks it's already a 2-horse race. I think it's a little bit premature. I think if both us and City, Tom Hill scored, us and City win today, then maybe you could start having that conversation. And again, I said it earlier on, the point tallies and the threshold that is required to win the Premier League these days because of Liverpool and Manchester City is so high, and the room for manoeuvre in terms of dropping points is so low that it's hard to think that if we both do win today, Arsenal are still within the realistic shout, which is crazy to say on the 2nd of November, but it's also the reality of the situation. Like, it really is. Like, Everton and Man United were out of the title race after game week 2. That's how high the standards are, and that's how bad they are as well. But yeah, that's kind of the truth of the matter ultimately. What about Steve's shiny dome? What about it? I guess. What about Arsenal? Premier League wise, again, as we've just been saying, possibly. But again, if Arsenal suddenly shift their focus to the domestic cups or the Champions League, whatever, they might still be a threat in them because they're still a very good football team ultimately. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're not, but there is something missing with them right now that isn't footballers, because we've already discussed they own loads of boss ones of them. They have no injury crisis. It's a fallacy. It's a myth. Don't listen to anybody. But yeah, I think they will still pose a threat regardless of what competition it is. But that amount of points they've dropped at this juncture so early might just give them too much ground to make up, because if us and City just continue on our merry way, just try and stop us. Just try and stop us. 73rd in the squad, so Liverpool need to keep up, or it's too easy for City. Yeah, we need to obviously put as much pressure as possible on them between now and the end of time. There will be some... I don't want to win the league this way necessarily. I'll take the league win however it comes. But there will be some sweet, glorious irony if we did capitalise and actually win the Premier League in the season that City were docked an enormous amount of points. Although it wouldn't sit right, because I'd rather we just won it and beat them on the pitch, and that was that, not in a courtroom. Because it's been us that have suffered at the hands of them, and as a consequence of their alleged cheating and the 115 charges, so often it would be quite funny if, let's just say, come April time, for argument's sake, we are neck and neck with them and suddenly they're docked 1,000,000 points. Yeah, I would be here for that a little bit, to be honest. Baldwin says, Endo is a great player and needs game time to keep his consistency, but Slot can't afford that. I think it's better for both of us to sell him next summer if we can find a good player. And yeah, I tend to agree with that, to be honest with you. I think he's a very good footballer, as you've already said there. I think he has lots and lots of qualities. I think he has limitations, and I think those limitations are exasperated somewhat when it comes to playing the style of football that Arne Slot wants to play, which is why Ryan Gravenberch is the polar opposite of what a Jurgen Klopp 6 should look like, and perfectly suited for what an Arne Slot 6 should look like. It's as simple as that, quite frankly, it really is. And Wataru Endo is somewhere in the middle of them a little bit, but more towards the Klopp threshold, and therefore less towards the Slot one, and therefore probably likely to move on at some point, I would say. But I do think we need to enter the market for another one in there, because you've already seen Harvey Elliott's been injured for some weeks now, and we're not down to the bare bones, but we are scratching around a little bit for midfield numbers. Certainly when Curtis Jones wasn't fit as well. It was a case of that three that are playing today had to go week in, week out. And they did it successfully. But at the same time, you can't carry that on for an entire season. You need some proper understudy to all of them. Certainly Ryan Gravenberch, because I think asking him to play what would be upwards of 50 games a season, Gino Wijnaldum did it, but his durability was frighteningly good. So yeah, I would like to see us do a little bit of business there. And again, you've just said it, like long term, I don't think Wataru Endo is the solution. And I really like Tyler Morton, but I don't think he's a solution either. And probably more poignantly with somebody like Tyler Morton is he needs to be out there playing, because he's only going to be like playing the amount of minutes he's got so far this season, perhaps even less as the season moves on. And under 21's footy, and he's 22 now for a start, so that doesn't really work. And also, he off the back of two good championship spells, and good championship spells whereby he played a lot, week in, week out of intense action. That's what he needs to do with his career, not just sit around waiting for potential Carabao Cup tie at Liverpool. It's no good for anybody, ultimately. It's good for Liverpool, because you've got another quality player on your books, but I don't see it happening for much longer, to be honest. Yeah, interesting, no Belieber. That is interesting. Somebody references him here in terms of a transfer, I assume. It would be very Liverpool-like to go after a Brighton midfield, let's be honest. But I was a little bit shocked by that. He felt like one of the no-brainers for Brighton to come into the side, having not played in midweek. And he's sort of like I thought he was part of their full-strength first team, but clearly not. Last couple of minutes of me being here now, so if you can all start doing more of this and getting some final score predictions in, I would be much obliged. Brett Young says 3-1 with Gakpo, Mo and so. A lot of people are saying Sobo as well. I think that's a lot of wanting and willing him to score, just to get that monkey off his back a little bit in terms of the pressure and the conversation that's going on around him as well. Harvin asked Diaz or Gakpo. Cody Gakpo has been given the left wing berth today, which I'm quite pleased about. Danny Ward says 4-1. Cameron says 4-1 as well. We've had a 2-0 with Salah and Nunes, a 1-0 with Salah. We had a 4-0 from Bayern. Dave Coppite says 3-0 to Barry Lee. Says he'd be happy with 2-0 clean sheet. Yeah, okay, 3-0. That's the wrong way around. We're home today, Kevin. We're home today. Porrick Farry PF says 2-0 LFC. John Johnson. Grav does need a song. That is very true. We thought of a song for Chiesa in midweek, which was fine, but also a bit mad, considering he's barely kicked the ball for us and he's currently injured as well. Like, whatever, ultimately. Who am I to sort of run the rule over who and who doesn't get songs? But I thought it was a bit wild, especially when somebody like Gravenberch hasn't got one yet at all, and is very much a key player as to why we've started the season so well. So yeah, do better, the cop. 3-1, 1-0 to the Reds. Salah and Konate, little Konate goal. Lewis is going for a Salah hattie. Things you love to see. Things you love to see from Carl as well. We'd love to see a 3-0 win. This is wild. 5-2. Somebody asked me a question about Andy Robertson, but it's gone. Can I find that again? No, it's gone. Ask me again. I did see it, but it disappeared off my screen. So if you can. 4-2 says Nicholas. 2-0. 4-1. We do not. I take objection to that. We do not. I'm just realistic about it. I think he's a good player. I do, but again, I think he has limitations, and I think Arne Slot thinks he's got limitations as well, hence him barely playing football for us. Arne Slot literally came out the other day and said, it's good that he played for Japan, implying that like he's not going to get many minutes here. He's got another potential doubleheader coming up with Japan as well in 2 weeks, and that's going to be the football that he gets. That's going to be the rhythm that he gets. I think he's very experienced. He has lots of qualities. He's good for sort of shutting games down, a little bit James Milner-esque in that sense as well. But ultimately, you've got to be realistic about it. Is he going to start loads of Champions League games and loads of Premier League games for Liverpool? No. Is that a problem? Not really. But does that mean that in 12 months' time we're still sat here with him at this club? Maybe not. Especially if we go and sign one. Maybe not. 4-0, are we good, Joe? Wonderful. Somebody says 5-0 we're due on. I'd love us to give somebody a proper pacing. Errol said before we might flex our muscles today, so I'm here for that. I'm here for all this, actually. We've got another 2-0. 3 points is all Big Will cares about. Here we go, 5-2. Salah, Nunes, tapping, and Gakpo 2 with Jones off the bench getting a goal as well. I like 3-0, Cyan Roy. I think that's where I'm sitting as well. Brett Young, speaking of unrealistic as well, ironically. 3-0, if it's what I put. So the Robbo, yeah, I did see that comment. A Robbo winner. That would shut some people up, wouldn't it? All the chat about Andy Robbo this week if he came off and got the winner. And it is 5 years ago today. It wasn't the winner, but still, bear with me a minute. When Andy Robertson scored what was then the equaliser at Villa Park before Sadio Mane got the eventual winner. And for what it's worth, I was there that day. And walking out that ground, walking out of Villa Park, that felt like we were going to win the league. Like, I know it wasn't then, and for other people it was different games, the United one at home in particular, but walking out of Villa Park that day, I just felt like it was our turn, and of course, it was. Sound, I will leave you all to it then. I mean, Gino, absolutely. We'd all love one of them, wouldn't we? I'll leave you all to it for the next couple of minutes. Steve and Errol will be back in a few minutes' time. Before that, though, there's a little clip from the Opera preview this week to share with you all, so take care. I'll see you in a little bit.
If you look at it from the outside and you see the points on the boards, you probably think they've had a real solid start. But in terms of their performances, I don't necessarily think the performances have matched the points that are on the board. However, you're certainly going to take that when you've brought in a lot of players over the summer. And I'm pretty sure that everyone at the club will be delighted with the start, but you can clearly see it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to dive into the style and what that change has been really under Hurlitzer. But before we do, just generally on him, I mean, he's 31 years of age. Like, he's 2 years younger than I am. Like, it's frightening what he's been able to do. But you alluded to it there, really, that Brighton just have this succession plan in place already. They'd have known at some point back end last season that De Zerbi was going to move on. And immediately they find the man, they pinpoint him, and they go and get him. Like, first off, how impressed have you been by him? Not just in terms of the performances on the pitch and the results, but just how he's carried himself, really, in the opening stages of the season. And secondly, just that, the way Brighton's ran, it's envious, really, from every club's point of view in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, it showed that it can be done. I think when you look at clubs in Europe and you look at, say, like Borussia Dortmund or a Porto, you know, clubs do it in other countries where they sign players and they sell them on for profit. And that is a model that seems to be that people can't do it in the Premier League, but you can do it in the Premier League. Listen, he's a young manager, but however, he's been in the game a long time, and I think the age may kind of missed a little bit of his experience. But you know, St. Pauli last season, he got them promoted. Brighton do their due diligence very, very well, and you know, even if you look at the players they've signed over the summer, when you look at the players they sign in general, they're not really household names. They're players that they've gone and researched. There's players that they've gone and watched, how they fit into the philosophy. So there's always a good balance. So far, so good. I mean, there will be a time where there will be times where it will be difficult and the players that come in don't quite hit the standards that they expect.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve Hood. This is Errol Smith. We're here for the Watchalong Liverpool versus Brighton kicking off in about 10 minutes time. We've just enjoyed watching Arsenal get beat, Errol.
We did.
I'll be honest.
Great pleasure from that.
From the second the final whistle went, you were in the WhatsApps.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Of course. It's got to be done. Do you know what it is, yeah? They've had a lot to say for themselves for the best part of 2 years now, and they've pit themselves above Liverpool. They just took us completely out the equation. It was all eyes on City. City are the team to beat. We've got to beat City. And I'm like, cool. What about us? Like, we still toe for toe on our day are just as good as any team in this league. Why do you dismiss us as quickly as you do? And all of their chickens are coming home to roost. And this season, it's going to implode in glorious fashion. So I'm here for it. I've got no sympathy for any Arsenal fans at this moment in time, and they will be getting plenty of stick from me in the coming days.
Let's just hope the Reds get there.
Provided the Reds do their job as well.
It's an even bigger potential opportunity for Liverpool to create an even bigger gap over Arsenal as it stands. I think was it 4? It could be up to 7. It could be 8 behind Manchester City if they get on at Bournemouth. So there's plenty to keep an eye on. What we're going to do, just let you guys know throughout the course of the stream, of course, because the game isn't being legally streamed or shown on UK television due to the wonderful laws that we have here in the UK. We've had to take a flying trip to
Vienna.
Oh, no.
Like
a little bit
that.
of culture.
Yeah,
Hello. Rivers and
on.
that. Was it, no, there's a rivers in Vienna. What's
What did we see one before? Don't ask me. It was
Are we in Austria? Is that where we are? We saw the advert before. I need to know the name of the river now because we were watching it.
We'll get it up for you.
Is it Vine? What Vine? I don't know. Me German pronunciation isn't.
It's indeed.
Anyway, we're in Vienna. Welcome to Austria. So, with that being said, we'll have a clock above our heads here.
Sync up.
You guys will be watching wherever you're watching from on whatever devices you're watching on. Sometimes there can be satellite delays in and out of Vienna. So just make sure that you sync up with the clock above us, and then that way we're all on the same page. None of us are going to be ahead or behind each other. So keep an eye on that one as we
It's the only one that matters, and we will take you through all of the game from minute 1 to minute 90, whatever they decide to add on with the extra time, and we will give you the vibes.
And also, I've got my score alerts on my phone, so any goals that go in around the Premier League, I'll be able to keep my eye on those as well. So we've got you covered every step of the way with the mighty Reds.
No one does it like us.
No one near as good as us, I think.
Just saying.
We're back. And we've got Haribo as well. I can see producer over there panicking about something. That makes me nervous.
It makes me nervous as well.
I'm going to ignore that for now and then just presume everything's all right. That's usually that's the manly way to do things. Just ignore it and then it'll hopefully fix itself.
Exactly that.
That's horrendous advice. But I've lived there for 30 odd years and I'm not going to change my ways now. So I'm going to presume everything is absolutely fine. Yeah, Gucci Dub says, what a coincidence, I flew out to Vienna too, game poorly, I'm watching from Togo. Yeah, shout out to Togo. Sunil's in America on Peacock. Are you definitely in America? Are you there? You go, yeah. We've got people all over the world. Kat says, what does this UK law entail? So basically games that are on a 3 o'clock on a Saturday can't be shown on UK TV.
That's it. Basically.
Is the basic law.
And it's been there since like the 50s or 60s or
since
something.
the Charles Young game, their rationale is people wouldn't go to other games around the country if the big games are on TV. I'm not sure I buy that, but if, for example, League 1, 2 teams are worried that it'd affect their attendance if someone could watch Liverpool today on telly. In 2024, I think most people can find a way to watch things. Some of them aren't lucky as us, where we get to fly everywhere with our green screen, but some people... where there's a will, there's a way, it tends to be the case. So we'll keep an eye on how that one all pans out for you. And we've got you covered. Keep an eye on the clock. Excited? Looking forward to it?
I am now that the early results kind of giving us that extra little bit of impetus and a bit of an incentive to, steal a march on what are the champions-elect Arsenal? Steal a march on them and make their job of gaining that Premier League even more difficult. I'm absolutely here for it. I think, being at Anfield, going to have to be up for it. The crowd are going to have to be up for it. I know the atmosphere on occasions hasn't been, at its peak. But I think we're just still getting acclimatised to what this slot side's capable of doing. But if there's any ever a day to really kind of give the lads a G up, watching your title rivals potentially losing and dropping points is a good way to go about business.
Liverpool will know that, and Anfield certainly know it. So if they need any encouragement, which they shouldn't have, they're playing a home game in the Premier League against a good team, they shouldn't need any more motivation, but they've certainly been given it with what happened at St James's Park just moments ago. So yeah, they've absolutely got a little bit more incentive to go for it. If you were in charge of Liverpool today, would you have picked a team that Arne Slot's pick, just to run through it one more time, guys. I know it's going across the bottom of your screen now. It's Kelleher in goal, it's Timmercast at left back, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent, you got Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai. You got Gakpo on the left, you got Salah on the right, Darwin Nunez up front. Would you have done the same? Would you have done anything differently if you were in the boss's hot seat?
No, I think I probably would have, to be honest with you. I think Gakpo definitely deserved a Premier League start based on his appearances so far this season and the goals, especially midweek against this exact same opposition. And I think obviously with Robertson having a bit of a downward turn in form, I think it is just that. But I also think that there is something to be said about the amount of time he's had that position for unchallenged, and it's always been an opportunity to rest him. Then Tsimikas comes in, unless there's been an injury, and then Tsimikas has come in quite a few times. But outside of that now, I think Tsimikas being able to be on his coattails, and I still think Robertson backs himself. His all-round game over Tsimikas. It's just about, can you get to that level again? And for me, I think the left-hand side last week against Arsenal struggled. So just trying to change that and being showing he can be a little bit ruthless to make those changes isn't always a bad thing. So I'm here for it, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Right, then we are just a few moments away from kickoff. So we're going to have a quick ad break. Before we go, let me know in the chat right now, either in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, where you're from, what you're watching, where you're from, what time is it? And of course your score prediction, and we'll be back with Liverpool against Brighton after this quick break. See you in a minute.
Hey everybody, how would you like to get your hands on this stunning retro Liverpool shirt signed by Jan Molby, no less? All you have to do is sign up as a legend subscriber at redmenplus.com and you will be in the prize draw to win this beauty, as well as getting access to our Discord, free merch, money off merch, and a whole lot more. Hey everybody, how would you like to get your hands on this stunning retro Liverpool shirt signed by Jan Molby, no less? All you have to do is sign up as a legend subscriber at redmenplus.com and you will be in the prize draw to win this beauty, as well as getting access to our Discord, free merch, money off merch, and a whole lot more.
Welcome back to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve. We're joined by Errol. Liverpool versus Brighton. Only moments away. Just trying to find the right output here in Vienna for the game. Just which one is the best for us to watch so far. I think we've got one that looks all right. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick with this one. We will sync up to the clock above us. So as the game kicks off, which it's about to do, just about... Oh, we're still waiting. Let's
go.
Now, there you go. So sync up your clock with us right now, and we've got you covered every step of the way. Thank you to everyone who got involved there with the chat. From people who got Melbourne, we've got people in Tasmania, easy for me to say. Belfast, we've got people everywhere. Denmark. So thanks everyone for getting involved with the chat today. Me and I will guide you through Liverpool versus Brighton as often as we can, and of course keep you up to date with everything else that's going on in the Premier League as and when anything does happen. Usually when we're broadcasting out of Vienna, we're usually about 30 seconds or so behind the live action, so bear that in mind. Sync up with the clock there, and you've got us you've got us where you need us basically. Darwin putting pressure on the goalie early doors. We said before, Brighton are going to play out. That's exactly what they're going to try and do.
But then they're going to try and sweep it over on that side as quick as possible. Estepinian, yeah, I like him. As quickly as possible. And that's the side that they want to be able to be. And there he is already. Mr. PhD himself.
Mm-hmm. He's a little player, Matoma, isn't he?
He is. He's a tricky customer. And Liverpool are going to have to be on it today. Trent's going to be in those. He's going to be in with the game. And they've already found a little pocket of space in the box, but they have been dealt with there. Szoboszlai and Konate both got themselves back there.
All the way back to the goalie. Shall I play a little song?
Yeah. Get the songs in the mix. We've got the full setup. Oh. Hopefully. I'm hoping we've got the full setup.
I don't know if that worked or not. We'll find out. Producer Joe's scrambling around. Welcome back to work, Joe. Joe's been off ill for a while. He's come back into this stressful situation. Everything okay back there, Joe? Well, listen.
Loose pass there from Liverpool.
Liverpool giving the
ball away. Kelleher's outside of his goal. That bounces off Danny Welbeck. He manages to.
Brighton won a penalty. He's not going to get one. To be fair, he's got straight back up. Liverpool give it away again. Yes, a bit sloppy from the Reds to start again, really. And Brighton have had all the ball, really.
All the ball, mate.
Liverpool's
just kicked off, and they've just not given Liverpool a kick so far. Chasing a little bit of shadow, saying, come and take the ball off us. And they're just playing through the lines. Beat that midfield way too easy there. Play the ball out over to this right-hand side. Our right-hand side.
The movement's really hurting Liverpool. They're very fluid at the moment. Brighton Liverpool need to weather a little bit of a storm here, which is mad. 2 minutes in at Anfield. To be fair, they scored the last time in this minute. Danny Welbeck scored, so Liverpool will be hoping not to have a repeat of that. Timmercast does well, to be fair. And then Liverpool win a free kick, which is one that I think they'll definitely need. Although
McAllister looks like he's in.
It feels like every week Alexis gets hit. He's felt that one on his calf.
Really tight.
He's holding quite high up on the back of his calf as well. Let's have a little look at the replay of that one. He's in some pain. It's Alexis McAllister against his former club.
He's taking deep breaths.
Let's have a little look who got him.
Who's caught him here? Number 14.
Jorginho. It is a sore one, that. Right on the back of the calf / Achilles. This is that penalty shouty kind of one to let's say.
Right through the back of the ball.
Ooh, did Timmercast get much of that ball?
I don't think he gets a great deal amount of the ball, but
not much given. And to be fair, he didn't complain, the Brighton player, did he? No, the slow motion kind of looked like he might have had an issue there, but Alexis wasn't happy. I wonder if he's just taking a sting out the game, which wouldn't be the worst idea if he was.
I don't think it will have been at that time. For whatever you say about how we want Liverpool to start, Brighton have come straight out of the block. So to take that sting, disturb their rhythm a little bit, give Liverpool the chance to get on the ball. Shrewd little move.
The ball is back with Queevy and Kelleher. And the Reds will try and get a bit of possession. Brighton have gone 4-4-2, by the way, here. Out of possession. We'll see how they look when they get the ball. But we wondered before about Rutter, where he plays. Playing centre forward alongside Danny Welbeck, pretty much. Can Liverpool play through the lines? They're going to try with Costas. He's looking for a pass. No one gives him an option until Darwin drops deep, give the ball away. Darwin's touch wasn't great. The pass into him wasn't fantastic either.
It was bobbling up at him. And it's Szoboszlai there making that intense run right through the middle to put the keeper under some sort of pressure.
Ooh.
Juggling it around.
Don't foul him, Cody. No foul!
Come on, ref.
No foul.
Really?
Gakpo isn't sure about that one.
Really?
He was doing head tennis to himself. I think it was Veltman.
Was it? Yeah, I was going to say, was that Veltman?
And Cody Gakpo judged to a father. I'm not quite sure he did, but that's what the ref said.
I think me and Dan's a bit older than this guy.
Yeah, he's very young.
Madness. Absolute madness.
Right then. Brighton are going to try and get wide again. Veltman's going to go long. Liverpool should deal with that, surely. Ooh, he just about got enough of it.
Good touch, that though.
Referee, it's a foul.
Good touch.
You never got the ball, lad. It's clearly a foul. Hinchelwood it was, battling Ryan Gravenberch. Gravenberch turned past him. Sometimes you see bookings for them, where they just hold them back, but ref was a bit lenient. And Trent goes long, looking for Salah, doesn't get it.
Not a bad ball though. Darwin keeps it alive, just about.
Is that a foul?
No, runs into traffic there. He's got to get back up, get back in. It's time to get back in, boys.
Brighton are looking to counter.
Well.
Kostas
does really well.
Kostas stops the counter. That's back and forth game. Brighton had 4 up there, and Tsimikas needed to make the challenge and did. Just after McAllister lost the ball on the edge of the box.
This time it's Van Dijk goes for the big switch. Salah, nice touch, brings it down. Wants to find a pass.
I think even Trent wasn't prepared for that one. Salah played the reverse ball to Alexander-Arnold. He just went past him. I don't think knew he was going to get that one. And out it went for a throw in.
Salah with the fresh trim though, you know. Hello. And we're back in play. Brighton took a little bit of time to take that throw in there. Who's that there? Just out-battled. And now Brighton do have the chance, and then Liverpool just...
That was Gakpo coming back to stop another counter-attack. But I think it was, and Liverpool get the ball back with Kevin Kelleher at his feet. No goals in the first 6.5 minutes at Anfield. No goals anywhere so far in the Premier League, actually. Everything's 0-0 as we stand. I'll keep an eye on that throughout the stream.
A little bit of space there in between midfield and the attack from Brighton. Picked up the ball deep. Keeps us moving around. Kostas.
Van Dijk's going to go long again.
Poor ball. Tries to play a diagonal ball through the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know who he was looking for there.
Kostas does well. Winning some individual duels.
Kadioglu. He played fullback the other day, I think. He's playing right wing today. Different role.
Shows just how fluid they are though, doesn't it, really?
Very flexible, yeah. I said it looks like they are 4-4-2 without the ball. Liverpool maybe trying to block down passing lanes into Gravenberch. If that's the case, someone else is going to have to get on the ball. Salah plays a wonderful ball. Can Szoboszlai get there? No. If a Bruggen's just about out and gets there, but what a pass by Salah. What a run by Szoboszlai to even spot that was brilliant from Liverpool, but good goalkeeping. I thought he was in there.
I thought he was.
Goalkeeper, I say,
just didn't see the picture, did we, for a minute, and then...
But he was very quick off his line.
Yeah.
I thought Salah might have caught everyone by surprise. That must be something Liverpool have worked on, because there's no way that just happens. Unless Salah, well, I mean, that Mo Salah, well, he was give it away now. Kanate just webs it.
Yeah,
if in doubt, put it where it needs to go.
And it's back with Brighton playing out from the back.
It's Van Hecker, isn't it?
Put a little pressure on that ball now, boys. Back over there, put a pressure on his touch. Oh, they've done well.
They've got out again.
Just one pass there, just took 3-4 Liverpool players.
Liverpool have recovered, to be fair.
We have. And we've got them back in that same position.
Just to update.
They got out to go back in.
Bournemouth have scored against Manchester City for those.
Of course they have.
It's very early.
It's cool, but it seems like that's an every week thing at the minute.
City can see the first goal quite a bit.
All the time.
I mean, they tend to recover, but they are showing a bit of vulnerability there at the back, and they've got loads of injuries. Arsenal have had an injury crisis. City definitely have. As Brighton come on the attack themselves, and Ibu Konate just says to Matoma, "Get out, lad." Well, McAllister couldn't quite get away. Liverpool, oh jeez, Trent just blasted at somebody's face. Darwin with the skill.
Lovely.
Hello,
lovely.
Darwin. Hello.
Lovely.
And here goes Darwin Nunes running down the left-hand side. Go on, Darwin. Darwin Nunes into the box. Darwin Nunes. Darwin Nunes.
Yes.
Almost saved.
Oh, he did so well. He did so well, Darwin. That's unbelievable. That's brilliant, that, mate. Talk us through that, Steve. Go on, talk us.
It's a bit of a ricochet. Trent Webb's it off someone's face. Darwin flicks it over his defender, spins.
Spun him.
And just runs away from everybody. He's down the left-hand side. He's desperate to keep it on his right. So he cuts inside eventually. It's a good save, a good hand by Verbruggen. Fingertip save, really. And does well to get it past the post. Oh, it's a good save. It's a really good save. Not only does he save it, he keeps it away from Mo Salah. Salah's desperate for the tap-in off the rebound. It's a big hand by Verbruggen.
Brilliant.
That's a good save, that.
It was explosive from
that. It was brilliant from Nunes.
It was brilliant play.
Absolutely. And Liverpool
all on his own.
Costas takes the corner, headed up behind by Brighton. It's going to be another corner.
Yeah.
I do think that's something that we get when Tim McCatch in the side of the set piece delivery. It tends to be better than Robertson's.
Oh yeah, it is. It's all that's has been his party trick, hasn't it? Really.
Semenyo, what we scored for Bournemouth, by the way. Linked with Liverpool last night. I think, by Sky Sports. Yeah, it's a good play. Liverpool have another corner this time opposite flank. Is Trent gone over? I didn't see who's going to take it. Sorry.
Yep, it looks like it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is his hand going to go up? Is his hand going to stay down? Hand goes up.
Left arm up. Ball comes in low. Cleared. Poor corner from Trent.
Very poor corner in the end.
And it's back on the halfway line with Tim McCatch. Are you going to go long straight in? Or is he going to keep it? No, he's going to keep it.
Recycle that.
Yeah.
You could see everybody shouting for him to recycle.
Liverpool just going to try and get themselves set here. You've got to be careful. Don't lose it there. They haven't. They've given it to Alexander-Arnold, who's playing left back for now. So he gets to dink it in with his right foot. Four again. Ball. 2 from 2. That Trent's got wrong. Darwin's won it back though. Fantastic by Nunes.
That was Van Dijk.
Oh, sorry, it was Virgil. Apologies. Yeah, it was. It's Salah goes into the box, looking for Nunes over his head. Liverpool won another corner, but it's a goal kick. The ponytail put me off because he was playing centre forward. I just thought it was Nunes. It was Virgil who'd stayed up. Wins it back.
He's done so well there. Little feint, then drops his shoulder, drops on the inside.
It's really good centre forward play by Darwin.
Oh, it's brilliant. It is brilliant centre forward play.
It's a big save though. It's a really good save. Like I say, not only did he save it, he got it away from Salah, who was just waiting for a little drop knockdown. Are we still at 0-0?
Yeah, 1-0.
Too early to celebrate that. Dan's asking in the other room who scored elsewhere. Are you watching the game yet? Dan, have you got the game on in there? Yeah, cool. I'll keep them in there. They're asking me for updates on the other. Bournemouth scored. Yeah, they have. It was early days. Right then, we are 11 minutes 40 into this one at Anfield. Pretty even game actually. Liverpool's best chance just to then come to Darwin.
Yeah.
The only chance of the game really so far in terms of a save, a goalkeeper had to make. And it was a good save as well. Darwin pretty much made it all by himself. Here's Estepinian now looking down the left, looking for Matoma, foot race with Konate, and Ibu Konate wins it and shields the ball out. That's fantastic. Ibu turned the afterburners on there.
He did. He's been brilliant for us so far this season, but again, just showing what he's about. Firefighter, sees the danger, spots it early, just make sure that Matoma gets his body in between the ball.
He's a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah, you're not going to get round him. He's only slight, that Matoma, isn't he?
Yeah, so
you're not going to outmuscle him.
No, Konate wins the pace battle and then gets his body in the way. He moves like a train when Konate gets going, doesn't he? He's
it's just ridiculous.
He's a big old unit and he gets some shift on. Brighton still continuing to play and playing comfortably as well through the lines.
They are again.
In
picked
the middle,
up a little pocket of space.
That was Rutter dropping deep out to Matoma. That's the obvious outball. And Trent wins that battle.
And comes away with it. Go on, Trent. Just showed a bit too much, but
keep going.
Still enough. Done enough.
Sabozlai then.
Play it though. Lads,
no foul
given. No foul given.
Give a foul, no. Sabozlai wanted the free kick, not given. Yeah, Trent's touch. He was away from Matoma and he ran himself into trouble. And in the end, it was a bit scrappy from Liverpool. But good for Trent's confidence that he got 1-on-1 there with Matoma and won that duel. That'll do him the world of good. Yeah, if he just not ran to that second battle, they'd pull it away. Yeah. And in the end, it was a scrap between him and then Sabozlai took over, but he was never in control. Here they go again. I mean, their plan's obvious. They're feeding Matoma early and often. That's the way Brighton want to do it. They're being forced away from that by now because they're going to...
I think we're doing quite well in that department as well.
Well, Liverpool have identified that they know what's coming. It's one thing stopping it though.
Even Darwin's putting in a bit of a shift there to get his body.
They're going to try the right hand side now with a long ball. Nothing coming of it though, really. That passing is on. Liverpool need to be careful of that pass. It's gone in there again, and now they have worked out. Matoma was in space. Up against Alexander-Arnold. He comes into the box, plays it inside.
Oh.
Big chance here for Brighton. Shot!
Oh, what a goal.
Goal.
What a goal.
And Brighton lead.
1-0. What a finish that is.
It looked like Kelleher might have just got there, but he didn't. And Brighton, first real major shooting chance that they've had, and they lead 1-0. It's Kadioglu scores. He gives it a bit to the cop there as well. As he celebrates. Let's have a little look then. That ball into the middle killed Liverpool.
Couple of times now.
He starts to move, I think, and then gets on the end of it in the end. So Matoma plays it inside. Welbeck flicks it round the corner to him. He gets his shot away first time, and it goes in off the post. I think Kelleher might have got a fingertip to it.
We'll find out now.
I'm not sure either way. It was a great finish. Welbeck's little touch just took it away from the whole Liverpool defence.
Does him.
So he wraps his foot around that as well.
Does really well.
It's a great finish. Like, it's in off the post. Not much anyone can do about that one for Liverpool. That first fire ball into midfield, it's happened a few times and Liverpool haven't been able to stop it.
Just finding the arse.
Brighton again. I think that's 5 league games in a row now against us. They've scored the first goal.
First blood to Brighton.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good finish. Kadioglu with the finish, and Liverpool will need to react to that one.
Canate now comes into the...
It was a good finish, that one, eh?
Oh, mate, it was a brilliant finish. Make no mistake about it, it was
Arsenal lost, Liverpool are losing, City are losing. It's the Premier League, like, you just never know. You never know.
Trent plays the ball into Nunes. Defended really well.
They're playing with confidence.
I don't really think playing the ball into Nunes' feet there is always the best option. Or you kind of want him to be on the half, going either way.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
Liverpool have always found it tough against Brighton, and they're going to have to do it the hard way again. They conceded after 2 minutes last year. It's 15 this year. Liverpool got 2 men down here. I think Van Dijk and Canate. Sorry, Van Dijk and Costas have collided.
Looks like he's hurt his shoulder.
He's had shoulder issues in the past, as Timmerkas. He looks in a bit of pain, doesn't he? I think he's just told the ref he's okay. So, Van Dijk just smashed him in the face. 2 of them collided with the Brighton player as well. It was a big collision. Yeah, Costas took a whack to the face there and his shoulder. Again, he had the shoulder issues last year against Arsenal.
When Saka
he was out for a while with that one. I think he almost collided with Jurgen Klopp after Saka, give him a little nudge, remember?
I know he was playing quite well up until that point as well. His form had been quite decent.
I think Liverpool more worried about the whack he took to the face. It was the goal scorer who kind of caused the collision as well. I'm just checking. At this point, Matoma does well. His ball actually, I don't know if it's meant for Welbeck, but Welbeck's clever. He just puts a little toe on it to keep away from the defenders, and then it's off the post. Does Kelleher get a save? I'm just watching the replay now. Barely. The fingertip of all fingertips. There's nothing he could have done there. It was a great finish. And Liverpool trail. Costas is getting a bit of a concussion test there.
He's going to be alright.
I'm going to say he looks like he's got a black eye, but he always looks like he's got a black eye. A little pause in play while Liverpool's left back gets himself checked out.
He's holding that shoulder.
He's not completely comfortable with it, is he? And Andy Robbo warming up just in case. I think Costas looks like he's going to be alright. There's no major urgency from Robbo, like he's getting changed or anything.
Started well here, Brighton. Started
very confident, yeah, absolutely. I'm back underway then after that little break in play. It's that pass around Szoboszlai that Liverpool have got to be so careful about. It's through the lines.
Because he plays so high, he's almost...
What it does, it allows them to go central and then go wide, and you're out of position. If they go wide early, you feel... Listen, you have to still stop. Again, look at that. Right into Welbeck's feet. They're just playing through Liverpool at times.
Oh, well done,
the Reds have won it back through McAllister, though. And he finds Nunes. He's going to go for a sprint down the left. He's going to be chased by the goal scorer, so he checks back and finds Alexis. Better from Liverpool.
The response from Liverpool now is important. How do we respond?
Yeah.
How do we start to build?
Gakpo's out to the left if they want to use him. Here he is. First real chance we've seen. Cody Gakpo on the ball. Obviously scored a worldie against these. He's got 2 really good goals on Wednesday. He goes past a few. He's getting to the byline. Crosses. Looking for Salah. Good defending. I think it's Estepinian at the back.
Yeah, really
athletic defending. Salah was going to volley that. And I think Estepinian just dived in the way of it, really, didn't he? Like almost like he was going over there.
Yeah, and just pulled out. Oh, that's a good turn there from Gravenberch, though. That's a poor ball, though.
Gives it away, and now Liverpool got to get it back. Here's Matoma going at Trent, kicks it past him, and he's away. And Konate's going to have to get back. Here's Matoma down the left, ball inside, and it's great defensive cover from Alexis McAllister to come and take it off Danny Welbeck.
Right, and it caused some problems, yeah.
Salah on the turn, wants a free kick, gets a free kick as well. I think he was just held back a little bit. Yeah, Matoma just kick and ran there, didn't he? He's so fast.
He's rapid.
To be fair, Konate just about did enough. But he had like 10 yards on him to be fair as well. Once Trent hadn't got there, he was gone. Like, he was out the race. Matoma was past him. They're a dangerous team, man. I was encouraged there, though. Gakpo did well against his first opportunity to get at Veltman and Errol. He beat him. It might be something like
put a ball into the box.
We haven't really seen him, have we?
No. He's been anonymous so far.
Everything's come down. Well, everything's been Brighton so far, really. As Liverpool try and play inside now. Alexis' pass is cut out, and Brighton
gonna get a free kick.
Foul,
yeah. We did go for 3-1.
Did you? Yeah, I did you?
We went for 3-1 for good reason.
Arne Slot's not happy. He's saying it's unbelievable. I think he means the right. I don't know who he's talking to, Arne Slot. I see him saying it's unbelievable. I don't know if he's meant the foul that was given away, but here come Brighton again down the left. It's Matoma again up against Konate, passed inside.
Do you want to play it in the box early? Do you want to get that cut back on early?
Oh, he dived in there. He dived in. Won it. Can Liverpool launch the counter with Szoboszlai? Plays it to Nunez. Liverpool got 3-on-2 if they can get it. Brighton comes steaming back. Good tackle as well, to be fair.
It really is.
Who was that?
Number 26.
Good tackle. Stops the counter from Brighton.
Liverpool back on the ball again.
They look like they were halfway away there, the Reds. It was a good tackle, and they've won it back. Yeah, Brighton, better team so far. 21 minutes in, and
the bopping us at Anfield here, like they are.
The better team are ahead, no doubt about it. Liverpool haven't got to grips with this at all. Bit of a physical battle.
And now they're going to get a free kick as well. Yeah, Liverpool got to be a little bit smart, yeah. They've got to just manage the next 10-15 minutes, stay in the game. Don't give away anything stupid now. Stupid fouls, no stupid free kicks, no stupid goals. Find a way back into this game now. That's the task. I like watching. I mean, I don't. I find it fascinating watching us when we go behind and we've got to go against a little bit of adversity in this slot system. It's like, what can we do? We knew what a Jurgen Klopp team was capable of. When everything's going well, we look great. I want to see when things aren't always going well.
Brighton have played a little set piece down the line for Welbeck to shoot over the bar. Wants a corner. Gets it as well. Something clearly Brighton had worked on. They looked like they were going to set up for the cross. Welbeck just cut round. To be fair, both Timikas and Szoboszlai were alive to it, but it has resulted in a Brighton corner.
But yeah, that's what I'm interested to see now. Obviously, I want Liverpool to still come away and get the 3 points here, but I want us to do it in such a way.
So far this season.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They didn't. But yeah, you're right. They've got to defend well now because they've got a big corner kick to defend. As the visitors whip it really deep. Too deep, really. It's going to be all the way across towards the other touchline, but Welbeck's kept it alive. Can Liverpool stop the cross coming in? Oh, they've done what skill there by Brighton. They've done really well. Matoma's now got it, and he's to the byline, and he's racing into the box, and he's won another corner. Brighton are feeling it here, aren't they? They're playing really well. There was little flicks and tricks and spins and all kinds there, and Liverpool were, I think Darwin Núñez ended up on the floor at one point.
Eating grass.
Yeah, the Reds are holding on a little bit here, aren't they?
At the moment, 23 minutes played. It is Brighton 1, Liverpool 0. Liverpool very much know they're in a game.
Yeah, well, on the back foot, a better team. I've been the visitors, absolutely, pretty much.
Fearless.
Other than Darwin's chance, which was a good save.
He's made that on his own as well. No one's really teed anybody up for anything. He's 3, number 40, whatever it is 47.
He's cross comes in,
goes towards him as well. Konate does really well. It's going to be another corner. Liverpool are a little bit penned in at the moment, struggling to get out and deal with the threat that Brighton keeps showing.
It was a corner put into basically the 6-yard box. Konate does well to flick it away. But Trent couldn't keep it in, yeah. Third corner this time on the other side for Estepinian to go and cross and take with his left foot. So an in-swinger coming. Played it short.
This time.
Little set play.
You've got to mixing it up, aren't they?
Cross now comes in. Costas blocks it.
Dealt with it.
Edge of the box. Can Liverpool break? They're trying to desperately. They can't. It's coming back in. Some defending to do. The two Brighton players kind of gone each other's way, but they've kept hold of it. And Timaka's defensive throw into Brighton. We kind of got lucky there. Those two got each other's way. I don't think he said it in there because there was overload at the back post. They've one of the left is the other one. I think it was Ayari who's been really good so far. Kind of gone his mate's way. They put 2-on-1 there. Luckily they tackled each other. And then Costas was able to mop it up a little bit.
We're Brighton there on the ball now.
Come on, Red, it's got to be our ball. Come on.
And it's going to be another free kick. Handball. Haha.
Veltman went down, picked the ball up.
Wanting
saying
the foul.
Trying to give the foul himself. Ref said no, I'll have the handball instead. I don't think it was a foul by Szoboszlai.
Liverpool, the crowd, you could kind of hear the crowd feeling getting on Liverpool's case a little bit here.
I think just trying to G them up a bit.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
Try and get that ball played forward.
It's Brighton in a good shape. What's Liverpool's plan against this 4-4-2? They haven't quite worked out. Szoboszlai saying get left. He wants to give it to Costas. He can now. He's going to go long looking for Gakpo.
Not a bad ball.
It's a great pass.
Ball either.
Go on, Cody. Cody, 1-on-1 inside. Beats his man. He's looking for a pass. Finds Szoboszlai edge of the box. He goes wide, looking for Alexander-Arnold. Gets it. Salah goes round the goalie. Oh, just can't keep it in. Did the goalie get a touch? No. Goal kick.
Unlucky. Probably
better from Liverpool.
Yeah, it was quicker, much quicker. Soon as Cody Gakpo was in there, we got
wasn't
bodies.
A great pass from Trent?
It wasn't. He overran a little bit.
Salah went past the goalie though. You know, he just couldn't control it on the other side. It was a tight angle. You're hoping maybe for a goalie to give a foul away there, aren't you? Can he bring him down? He didn't, to be fair to Verbruggen. And a goal kick to Brighton. It was a good ball from Timaka's to Gakpo. And Gakpo was causing issues when he gets it. Liverpool haven't had the ball to give it to him.
Penning them in. Can we keep them in there? Handball. No, he takes it down on his chest apparently.
Brighton are going to play out.
So comfortable on. It's frustrating because you pride yourself on your press and then you come against a team that can just keep bopping it for fun.
You think you've got them where you want them,
yeah,
and they're out
like that. Like this. Fucking hell. It's prime Barca here, mate.
They're going long in behind as well. Van Dijk's in the foot race and he's lost it. And it's a big chance for Brighton. What a save by Kelleher. And Kevin Kelleher keeps Liverpool in the game.
And Gravenberch just fucking gets himself into it.
It was a massive, massive opportunity for Brighton. Van Dijk was beaten all ends up in the foot race. And Darwin wins at the other end. Darwin wins a foul. And Quavine Kelleher with his legs saves a 1-on-1. Ooh. That was a massive opportunity for Brighton.
Would have been a completely different game. Oh, Salah's done well. Alexis
McAllister's gone down off the ball there. I don't know what's happened to him. But Brighton have been given a free kick on the edge of the box. McAllister went down off the ball. I don't know why. He's holding his ribs or something. He's not happy with Sutton.
He's been crunched forever in the walls.
What happened to him? We've got a little VAR check off the ball, bottom of the screen here. Who was it? Veltman just body checks him.
Just proper bodies him.
It's 41
that's
actually. No, it's
41.
It's a hit. I don't know who that is. Going back to the other chance though. Quavine Kelleher was 1-on-1. And he was forced into his big save with his legs. And Liverpool, holding on a little bit here.
Who's that? Is that
Jorginho, isn't it?
Jorginho, oh bloody hell.
Forest are beating West Ham 1-0 by the way. We're having a few issues here with this feed. Let's see if I can reset it.
Yeah, Liverpool are playing a dangerous game at the moment, for being honest with you. Don't think they found that opening half an hour particularly comfortable. I think there have been some moments, Darwin, then Gakpo's had a couple of moments. But I think in all fairness, the better of the game, or the better of the two teams, has been Brighton.
Liverpool do have a free kick.
Dangerous area.
Left hand side. Sorry guys, we had a bit of an issue with the transmission there. It's back now anyway. Not that far off the clock actually, only a couple of seconds off it. Big opportunity for Liverpool then on the left. Alexander-Arnold and Costas Tsimikas over there. It's going to be... It looks like Trent in swinger, doesn't it? You would think.
Yeah, Simicast is coming further away from it. He needs a good delivery. First couple so far this game haven't been the best from Trent. This one needs to be a good one.
Arnold, ball whipped in, flicked away by Brighton. Liverpool are going to have a corner.
Better delivery. That was a better delivery. And hopefully it'll be Costas that goes over there. Yeah, it was. Number 14, Jorginho.
Misses a chance at one end, gives away the corner. Right, he does defend that well, to be honest with you. Yeah, sync your clock back up, guys. We had a little bit of an issue there we're in Vienna. It's not great internet. Liverpool then, Simicast ball in. Canate! How's that not gone in?
How?
It's a goal now, scramble, and Brighton have somehow got it clear.
Away with it, wow.
I don't know exactly what happened there. Liverpool have kept it alive with Gakpo. It looked like Canate was just going to score twice. Didn't. But for now, Liverpool have got the ball back with Salah. He's lost out. Watch out for the counter-attack.
He's done really well.
Watch out for the counter. Oh, he's megged you. Who's he megged? He's done well.
Simicast, but he's done well.
Won it back.
Done really well.
He's found him. Yeah. Come on, Liverpool. Salah, left-hand side. Gakpo back post if he wants him.
You're going to have to play a little bit because there's no one really to aim at.
Yeah, Brighton had everyone back. Liverpool had no one. So Salah goes down the line to Nunez. Tries to put it back. Wins that corner.
Better from Liverpool. This is much better.
Can we see what happened off that first set piece? How did Nick go in? Oh.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Lord have mercy. Come on, Liverpool. Back up here, Ibu. Let's have a little look. This the replay one? Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. It's the fella on the edge. It's one on the edge.
It's him, 34, is it?
Yeah.
Just whacks him. He knows nothing about it.
Right, I'm just going to have to refresh this. So it's dying on its arse again. First world problems, eh? Why can't you watch the game on the telly?
He's just gone backwards. He's gone back in time there. Too far back.
Why can't we just watch the game on normal time? Why do you have to mess around like this? Anything could be happening. Sorry, guys. Anything could be happening here.
Brighton player down.
I don't know what happened to him. Can't tell you.
Your guess is as good as ours.
Is that working now?
We will soon see.
Like, sorry guys, bear with us. We are live and I've got the feedback for a bit. It's just dying on its arse, Joe. We might have to. As Liverpool try and play out again from the halfway line. Bear with us, guys. We're doing our best. As Ibu Konate has the ball back at his feet now. We're about 10 seconds off on the clock so far. As Alexis McAllister has the ball in the centre circle.
Space as well.
He goes wide to Konate. Konate's got Salah.
Offside.
Trent offside.
So many bodies.
Whatever happened there, Joe's gone off.
So many
RTV.
bodies.
I'll have to figure out how to do that. That's your laptop?
Yeah, it is. We're in. Yeah.
Oh, I think we're okay for now. Sorry guys, we had some issue with getting the game on our Austrian TV. I think we're okay for now. We'll keep an eye on this one. I don't take that off the bottom. We'll leave it for now. As don't want to touch anything.
Yeah, there we go. That'll do.
I think we're good.
Don't touch anything now.
We'll get the clock. We'll get you synced up in a sec, guys, with the clock. Do apologise. Why can't we just watch the match on the telly? It's 2024, man. Apologies, we are back now. As Liverpool just give a goal kick away.
Down,
if you wondered where we were up to.
It down.
Still 1-0, and Liverpool, to be fair, they've done okay since conceding, but they haven't really tested the goalkeeper too much.
Next best chance came straight back to Brighton. That Jorginho.
Konate's header was a decent one, but it just hit the fella on the head.
Yeah. That's just too easy. Oh, he miscontrols it, but now there's two over. They've got a man spare over on this side. Costas has got to stay on it. He's got to be sharp.
Big chance for Brighton. No, Liverpool defended it well.
Deal with it now. He went backwards there, Gakpo, but he's done enough. Keeps Liverpool in the game. Trent switches it across to Simicast. Back to Van Dijk. She wants to just play a little bit quicker. Chance there to back to Costas. He's got a little bit of space to venture into. McAllister.
Will you fix that clock for me, Joe, please? When you go back in there. Cheers, buddy. So, yeah, we're a little bit ahead, actually. We're ahead of the clock. We're fine watching the game. The producer's having a nightmare trying to find it in there. Is it working for you, isn't it?
So we're still on the order.
How far off are you? Okay.
It's not a bad ball from them, today.
No problem.
It's not a bad... Darwin just runs into trouble.
Into the box. It's a big scramble. Can Liverpool win it? No. Brighton can't. Can Liverpool win it now? No. Oh, too many battles lost.
Wow, boys. Fucking hell.
And here goes Matoma sprinting into Liverpool's half. Ball inside. Defending to do Liverpool's stretch.
Back to
Matoma wide. Ball comes back post. Oh, and he misses a big chance to make it 2-0. He scored earlier. He blasts that one over the bar. Liverpool just couldn't win a tackle to save their lives. And before they knew it, Brighton were just sprinting forward and that could have been a disaster.
It should have been, really. They should have punished us. Do you think good here, Brighton? Every pass, purpose. They knew where they wanted to put it.
That's an easier finish than the one he scored.
Oh, yeah, it is.
38, 39, 40, 41.
35.
Oh, well, 35, sorry. 4, 1, 2, 53 now. There you go, we synced that clock up.
Happy days, that's how easy it's done.
What are you on? Okay. No,
poor ball that by McAllister.
Sorry guys, there you go. Sync your clocks up. We are right again now, if you can. I know it's a bit of a bally. Just let us watch the match, man.
Yeah, Liverpool seem to be having a little bit of a rough day. There's not much.
Well, 36 minutes in and Liverpool are behind, and Liverpool deserve to be behind is the story. And if anything, Brighton look more likely to score a second than Liverpool do to equalise. Liverpool can have to shape up.
Fix up, look sharp.
At least maybe a bit of respite because Liverpool have won a throw-in, although it's deep in their own half.
It's a foul.
Darwin's got a whack on the back of the head.
That's a foul.
Nothing
Come on.
given. Brighton are going to play on.
Just went right through the back of him.
He looked the foul, didn't he? Nothing given. And Brighton are going backwards. Oh, they've done well again. They always look like they're about to lose it and then just don't. And it draws you in. Gives you hope. Liverpool in the end just have to kick it long with Canate. Can he pick up the seconds?
They're taking the piss.
I mean, that man's just done a backheel scissor kick type thing in the middle of the park.
And still come away with the ball.
Oh, Brighton want it. Brighton, I think McAllister far in the middle of the park. They don't like that challenge, Brighton. They're trying to get him booked. I think he might have been booked for it, has he? I don't know. It's a foul,
but the ball's in the air there to be won, bounced up.
Alexis against his former club.
It's not been great.
I don't know if he got booked. I don't think he got booked.
I don't think he got booked.
I think Danny Welbeck was asking for it. I think it was there to be won. I don't think it was dirty. Anyway, free kick to Brighton, 38 minutes gone on the halfway line pretty much. Anyway, they go. They go to a back three with the ball, don't they? They change with and without.
There we go. Trent just making sure that Matoma can't get past him.
It's been difficult 40 minutes, 38 and a half minutes so far, to be fair. Like, it's Brighton are playing well, Liverpool just not quite at it. Darwin's chance was the big one. He made it all himself. He did nothing wrong. It was a good save. Since then, really, Brighton have scored, had another chance to score. Liverpool have had a set play, and that's not too much else, really. As Brighton just continue to pop it round.
We haven't worked this goalkeeper enough.
That's all, really. He made one big save, hasn't he? But look, Brighton have given it away again. Liverpool wanted that ball, not given. Throwing on the halfway line. The Virgil's gone across the take. He wants to get the game underway.
Goes all the way back to Keller, miles
Be
out.
Careful there. Be careful there. A poor ball by Keller into Canate, yeah.
It was a poor ball by Virgil to go back to him there. I don't know why we did that.
I don't know why Keller was even offering himself for that.
No, I don't. We need to get it on the front foot and start attacking, and you want to start playing it back to your keeper when you've got a free kick on the halfway line. We need to sort it out.
And here come Brighton with Jorginho.
Goes past one, goes past two.
Well.
McAllister does all right. And then the pass out there.
Gravenberch is really struggling at the moment to get the ball out. Brighton have got a dangerous free kick here now. It's Gravenberch again who gives a foul. He gives the ball away and then gives the foul away. And
he's struggling. When he struggles, he's going to get a car for that as well.
I don't think so.
When he struggles, it's how can you change what he does and what he offers us?
He didn't do too much wrong there, to be fair. The lad kind of turned into him, but it's on the edge of the D.
Got Estepinian
and Welbeck
lining it up.
Both good free kick takers. Kelleher getting his wall set up.
Jeez. Who's took napping duties there is the doormat.
Welbeck.
McAllister.
Welbeck and Estepinian over it. It's going to be Welbeck. He's going to shoot.
Oh, wasn't a million miles away.
The net rustled and I thought it had gone in. How close was that? He tried to go round the side of the wall. I think Liverpool's wall was well set up by Keller. It'd have had to come back a fair way.
Yeah.
It was closer on. Sorry, it wasn't as close as it probably looked first up. But a big opportunity that was.
Liverpool just struggle to find those same little spaces that Brighton can find to exploit them.
It feels like they're finding it way easier to play through us than we are for them.
Yeah.
But their managers winning the tactical battle so far. Like Liverpool just haven't quite figured out how to get through the lines, how they're going to play. Hopefully Arne Slot and his team are looking at something at half time, can change it a little bit. A position or do something, because Liverpool just are really struggling. McAllister now trying to get through those lines, gives it away.
Can't do it.
Brighton go. Oh, he tries to score from the halfway line. Ambitious, straight into Keith Keller's hand. Yeah, Brighton 55% the ball. It actually feels more than that.
It really does.
I'm surprised Liverpool about 45. Trent goes long looking for Salah, gets there. Salah vs the Pinion, is it? Yeah. Wins a corner.
That'll do.
I thought that was a goal kick. I thought it came off Mo Salah's arse, unless it had already gone out. Anyway, Ibu Konate did get his head on the last set piece. Can Liverpool do the same again? It was a good ball by Costas, and it was Konate who got a head on it. It just the defender, more by luck than anything, got a clearance. Can Liverpool get a good head on this one? Get themselves back in the game. Corner comes in, punch clear by the goalie. Edge of the box to Szoboszlai. Liverpool looking for an angle. It's a poor ball, that. And Brighton are going to try and counter, although they force backwards. Not great by Szoboszlai. He telegraphed that he was going to put that, didn't he? Well, Brighton have given it away, though. And then Liverpool give it away back.
Wow.
Just all a bit frustrating so far for Liverpool.
We're going to have to dig deep in this second half here, mate.
But on a day where Arsenal lost, Liverpool are losing, Manchester City are losing, it's been not easy for the teams near the top of the Premier League so far. Of course, Liverpool at home, that's the difference. Those two are away. Probably Liverpool played a good team, don't get me wrong, but Liverpool, yeah, Brighton have been much. They deserve this lead, no doubt about it. Liverpool haven't even. I can't even say we've been bad because we haven't had the ball to be bad like that. It's been tough.
Really struggled.
Their shape and their system is just really hurting us. As Liverpool take a quick throw in and just give it away.
Again.
That just shows a kind of panicking a little bit that they're running out of ideas. That the best idea there was for Trent just to web a long throw up. And it was given away, and Brighton comfortable in possession again. Can Liverpool force an error? Maybe Darwin can press the goalkeeper into something. He should play easy as you like for Brighton to get out there again. Their movement is really hurting Liverpool.
It's killing them.
The rotations, the finding space, the fluidity of Brighton's formation going from.
They go back to front when they want.
Well, it's weird because they're a back three forward. And then they transform into a 4, and there's always seems to be a spare man, and if there's not, they'll go long, like they've just done there. Matoma wants a 5, he's not going to get one. It's going to be a throw into Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool just struggling to work this one out.
1 minute to go before at the time.
There was a little bit of a...
Oh, wow.
Trent just played a horrendous pass. Danny Welbeck's fell over on the edge of the box. He's give a free kick. McAllister, he just stood on my foot. And a yellow for that as well.
That's so avoidable, that as well. We've just been careless with the ball, boys.
That was Trent. What did McAllister do much wrong there?
It's awful.
He doesn't do a lot wrong, does he? Welbeck just falls over him, really.
Does he cut across him? You can't even really tell.
Yeah, either way, there's a free kick that Liverpool got to defend. McAllister goes into the book.
Yeah, that formation, that 4-4-2, we're just getting overrun in midfield.
And this might be an even better position. It's
Yeah.
Welbeck again, he's undecided already.
I fancy... Big save, going to have to come out here from Keith. Big save. Big save.
Danny Welbeck's had one free kick just go past the post. He's going to have another opportunity here.
Danny Welbeck. He's standing.
Welbeck shoots straight at Kevin Kelleher. Good positioning from the goalkeeper. Can Liverpool launch a counter? Might be the best way to do something.
Too slow.
He didn't go long.
Far too slow. Far too slow.
Can they at least get Brighton out in a bit of a transition with Gravenberch?
No.
Onto Szoboszlai. Yeah.
The best chance you've got of doing that is when they're still transitioning with that 3 at the back and they're trying to make up them numbers and recover. When as soon as they go back to that flat back four, the set.
First time I've seen Van Dijk really play a decent inside pass. Yeah, it's been all Brighton. By the way, 2 minutes stoppage time, of which we've played 50 seconds. Liverpool have got the ball on the halfway line. It's a square ball by McAllister. Thankfully, Konaté's alive, back at the goalie. Yeah, I wonder what could they be doing? I'm not sure what they can do here. Like, what's the best way around this system? You're going to have to trust yourself on the ball. Can someone beat a man? I mean, long ball, easily dealt with. Can they win the seconds? Maybe.
Got to start winning more battles, mate.
I think Gakpo's got the beating of Veltman over here. Maybe that's the option. As he goes down the line to Szoboszlai, back to Kostas. Liverpool ending the half with the ball, but can they create one chance before the break, get themselves level? Szoboszlai dinks it inside, looks for Gakpo. Gakpo shoots, corner for Liverpool to end the half. Van Hecker saying he took a kick to the bollocks, I think.
Took one to the nuts. It's a good ball that by Szoboszlai, to be fair to him.
Darwin kind of went the fuck. To be fair, he does catch him with the balls. It was after, to be fair, so Gakpo had the shot, he kind of scuffs it at the defender, and then with the follow through, just webbed him in the plums.
Ouch. Saw one.
Can Liverpool end in the half then with a corner? Come on, Trent. Corner comes in near post, headed up and behind. Are they going to give it? Oh, Konaté's gone down in the box now.
He's grabbing his hand. Has he been stood on? Or has he broke something?
What's happened to Ibu there? Let's see. He just trips over, doesn't he? Oh yeah, Van Dijk stood on his arm. He was kind of tripped up. Is that half time as well? Not even going to let us take the corner, no. Half time then, a Liverpool trail 1-0 to Brighton as the whistle goes, and I'd say the better team are winning.
I would. Yep. I hate to say it, hate to see it, but Liverpool have not been at their best by any stretch of the imagination. They've really struggled with the setup that Brighton have deployed so far this afternoon. They've been beaten in midfield far too easily. They've bopped it around us at times.
Konaté looks in some bother here, you know.
You think he's broke a finger? Or
his wrist or something. The way that they've slinged his arm, Liverpool might have a problem. Ibu Konaté's in some pain. It looks like his wrist. That might be his wrist. I wouldn't be shocked then if Ibu Konaté doesn't appear for the second half. We'll keep an eye on that one. He's gone off with his arm effectively slinged in his t-shirt.
Yeah, just something like this.
Hopefully, if it's just, hopefully he can just strap it back up, whatever it is. I mean, and get on. But he looked in some pain there as we go off.
Not the best half of football from a Liverpool perspective, Steve. But if you're looking at it, Darwin Núñez.
But I was about to say who's playing well. I think Núñez has done okay. I think Gakpo's done okay. Maybe Kostas a little bit at times, but like Liverpool's midfield, all three of them have not played well.
No. I think
Trent, Virgil even hasn't been great with the ball. Like, I'm struggling to find Liverpool players who've got on the ball and made something happen.
It's been few and far between, for being honest with you, and I think we've struggled. We've not even looked leggy. They've just been bopping it around us with pace, breaking through our lines, getting in behind a little bit and then spreading it out wide. And then everybody kind of vacates to go over there as a bit of a recovery. And then all of a sudden they're just happy to switch it back. And they are very fluid in the way that they attack. And they all seem to know exactly where they need to be at all times. I said to you before, halfway through, you know, they go back and forth as and when they choose. Liverpool are having to pick their moments because we're really struggling to break the lines and get through them. And as you said then, someone on the ball being brave and being able to do something with it. We haven't seen enough of that so far in Liverpool shirt. I think Gravenberch has looked ordinary and struggled at times. I think McAllister's, again, is always in the walls, but I think he's struggled. And I don't particularly think Szoboszlai's having a great game either. But, you know, it's probably more to just the fact that I was watching this Nunes, a chance back again.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I think a lot of it's stemming from midfield. Liverpool haven't been able to work the ball through midfield, and they haven't been able to stop Brighton working through midfield. Yeah. And I think a lot of the issues are stemming from there. I think all three of them need to up the game. It's probably Gravenberch's worst game of the season so far. Yeah. I don't think Szoboszlai and McAllister have done too much better. Over on the other side, Alexander-Arnold has defended okay at times, but also sloppy with the ball a little bit. We're just seeing a replay of the goal there. Again, it's a good finish, and Brighton do well. No one's really horrendous there, but it was just too easy to play through a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what the change would be. I mean, looking at your bench, if you wanted to, you could maybe go Endo, and maybe he's the one who tries to stop those passing lanes. You could maybe get Curtis on in midfield if you wanted to. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the option is, to be honest with you. Hopefully Arne Slot and his team have seen something.
Yeah. I ain't got a clue. I haven't got a clue.
I don't know. This manager's negative tax at home are appalling, says Havs. I don't think Liverpool have been negative. I think what have they done? I don't think they have been. Do you think we've been negative?
I think we've been negative. I just don't think
we've been sloppy.
Yeah, I think we've been just overall.
If anything, I think at times they've been too direct. I don't know. I think what happened, they almost give up, Errol, because they couldn't play through the lines. They started going long a bit often, got a little bit of joy out of it, and it was almost like that become the go-to thing. And I'm not quite sure that is the case. Christopher says, this isn't on the players. They are playing average because they are getting flustered by Brighton's press. It's down to tactics. Hopefully Slot gets it right, and hopefully Konate's hand isn't broken. Yeah, the Konate one
is a worry. That's a worry for me.
He looked in some pain, and he did have his arm almost like in his shirt as a sleeve. I agree. I think Brighton's setup is really hurting us, and Liverpool haven't been able to figure it out or what. I agree with that a little bit. I think their managers
didn't play like this so far. And that's what I found quite interesting, because they didn't play like this in midweek, and I said it'd be interesting to see in midweek, you know, when you play with that many different levels of personnel and you drop them in, is there a different way that you can approach it? But Brighton have reverted back to what they do very well. And all of a sudden now, when they're playing with the ball, it is very much three at the back. And they're just getting as many people in that midfield, cramming midfield,
it seems like
and then just overloads on that left-hand side.
We're finding it so hard to make space, and they're finding space all the time. It's definitely tactical. Hawk says, Brighton are doing everything we should be doing. Thanks for the super chat, mate. McAllister's out of form and Trent's head somewhere else. Only Darwin showing anything, lucky to be one down. Time for Slot to sort it out. Trent is getting frustrated, I think, that he can't do anything with the ball at one point. He just like threw it to them at some point, because they haven't quite figured it out. Like I say, individually people aren't playing well, but as a collective, when everyone looks under par, Errol, it tends to believe like something tactical isn't right, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how I'd change it. And Liverpool might thought, by the way, there's a chance they get forced into a sub at centre half anyway, so that could be one out. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe. I'm thinking maybe you bring Enzo on and just try and block those lanes out for them. But then he isn't great. You're not going to play through the lines too much with
Endo, you know.
Can you change the setup and go get another man in? I don't know. I'm struggling to find out what the right answer is, really, because all I'd say is Brighton are in complete control of this game. And if something doesn't change, Liverpool aren't going to win the game. They're going to lose the game. They might even get a point. So they're going to have to do something differently at half time. I don't quite know what it is. Kyle says this 4-2-4 system seems to be getting caught out. There are so many spaces in midfield. Since the Chelsea game, we seem to be conceding space in midfield. That's the other option. You ask Szoboszlai to drop deeper, stay in midfield, and be more 4-3-3, and ask Darwin to lead the press. It's certainly an option. The other option is don't press.
Yeah.
but you're losing, and that can be difficult. If you say to them, like, if you say we're in our shape, what are you going to do about it? But the problem is, I don't think you can ball Brighton. I think they'll be quite happy. So I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm struggling for answers so far. There's nothing I've seen in that first half that I just think, oh yeah, that'll work. Let me know in your guys in the comments if you think anything what you would do differently. Lee says I'd either push McAllister to 10, take Szoboszlai off for Jones in the pivot, or take McAllister off and put Szoboszlai to 8 and Jones in the 10. So basically, he's saying get Curtis Jones on and give him. He might be the one who can help you play through the lines, which is certainly I see the logic in both. McAllister is on a yellow as well, so maybe you do say to Szoboszlai, drop back one.
Yeah.
Or Curtis can play there next to Gravenberch. Maybe it's certainly an option. I agree with Phil. It's the first game of the season where Gravenberch has looked off it. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I do, and I think as well when you're looking off it, one of the most important things is what you're doing on the ball might be a bit subpar, but make sure that you're winning your battles. And I think we're losing in both of those departments, which then is just compiling the issue for Liverpool at the moment, not being able to really do anything and push forward and progress the ball. But then equally, as soon as we've lost it, Brighton just seems to get all the jammy touches, all the flicks around the corner, all of the winning, all the 50-50s. So from that perspective, that's demoralising as well. So first thing first, as soon as we come out in that second half, is be in their faces, get on the ball, win your individual battles, and that's when we can start building some play. I think that's really important for Liverpool, otherwise we've got no chance.
I think if it was me, I think I'd take McAllister off, and I think I'd go Jones, but I wouldn't rule out Endo as a double pivot next to Gravenberch. And then just see if Liverpool can, because at the moment you can't get the ball.
Yeah.
And I want us to get back in it, but we look like we're getting played through too easy. So I think I would be taking McAllister off. I have either one of those two really. I think that would be my first sub, and then maybe go from there, because Liverpool haven't got a foothold.
It's all going to depend on
by the way,
what happens to Canate.
I was going to say that there's a chance that Liverpool have to make a sub at centre back anyway. Bombadao says Gomez as centre-back looks likely, yeah, we'll see on Canate. Bradley on, but shift Trent into the middle, since he's been there anyway. Take McAllister off. So he's saying Bradley on for McAllister and put Trent into the middle?
No. Absolutely not. Not today. Not today. I'm sorry, lad.
Yeah, I don't know. Not for me. We're clutching a bit, aren't we?
Yeah, we are clutching. and as you said before, when you looked at the subs bench, you was expecting the lads on the pitch to be able to do the job, because there wasn't the firepower to be able to lean on and rely on to say, come off the bench and
what
do
I would say,
something.
Errol, is that at half-time last week, I thought Arsenal were dominating Liverpool, and the manager changed something. It wasn't even personnel-wise, it was just a little tactical tweak, and Liverpool came out. And against Arsenal, I thought Liverpool had the better of the second half, and they got a foothold in the game, and then they got the goal. That's
because that's Arteta being defensive, though.
Arteta wants to defend the lead. But I think
Brighton ain't going to do that. Brighton, I think, all right, well, we're 1-0 up. We won the first half. Let's go win the second half. That's how Brighton do their business. You know, the one thing we had said before, Brighton are conceding chances. They don't look like they're conceding chances the way that they're playing. We've not broken them down. We've not created a wealth of chances. We've not put that keeper under any pressure. So why is it that Spurs or Chelsea and whoever else can create chances against this side, but we seem to struggle and we're not capable to show our quality? And I think that's for me where we need to really start to look at how we provide that service. And like I said to you before, it starts from that midfield. It's all well and good having your big hitters on the pitch, but if you can't get the ball into them and you can't get them into the right areas to actually do something, then they're all going to be redundant, as we've seen with Darwin over the last couple of weeks playing in that 9 position. All of a sudden, you've basically just expanded that across the front three, and it all stems from that midfield to me. So the midfield has been disturbed since the Chelsea game for the bettering what Curtis Jones has done. The Arsenal game didn't look great, and now we're back into another Premier League game where it doesn't look great. Something needs to be addressed.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll keep an eye on how Liverpool do that and what the changes to face. I've got a feeling that might be Canate done. We'll get that confirmed in a moment as well, which will be a blow. I mean, hopefully it's not too bad, whatever he's done, and he can get it sorted. But he looked in some considerable pain with his arm/wrist area. So
Gomez or Kwanzaa then?
Gomez will come on. I'll be saying. I think it will be Gomez. I think he'd have to go Gomez after what he did at the week as well. So anyway, we'll find that out in about 3 and a bit minutes time. So let us know in the chat right now what you guys would do if you were on a slot now. And yet we'll be back with the second half of the watch along after this break. See you in a couple of minutes.
Hey everybody, how would you like to get your hands on this stunning retro Liverpool shirt signed by Jan Molby, no less? All you have to do is sign up as a legend subscriber at redmenplus.com and you will be in the prize draw to win this beauty, as well as getting access to our Discord, free merch, money off merch, and a whole lot more.
Welcome back. Yes, just a couple of minutes away from the second half of Liverpool versus Brighton. As you can imagine, the YouTube chat is being its level-headed best. It's not.
I haven't even looked.
It's wildfire in there. It's a good point that running Super Sack, and we having Super Scar says 1k likes for the win. Where are we up to on the likes?
I don't know.
We've just gone past 1,000. So I reckon, press the like button. It's your fault. What are you doing? It's all your fault.
Blame yourselves.
If you don't mind giving us a like on the stream, it really will help us out. If you don't mind. Matty says, I'd take Szoboszlai off and bring Curtis Jones on in the number 8 and put McAllister in the 10. I think McAllister on the yellow kind of
suggests
that might not be the best option. Gomez is going to come on. It's going to be Konate who goes off. Hopefully it's not too bad. Whatever. He had an arm injury, wrist injury. I'm not quite sure what he did. He looked in some pain, I'd say that. So Liverpool are going to bring Joe Gomez on for the start of the second half. So there's one sub down already. Gomez over Quantas, right move for you?
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been for me.
I guess the fact that he plays right side might be better for Gomez alongside Virgil.
Keeps that physicality, keeps that pace, especially when you got a tricky customer in Matoma, being able to cut in, drift past Trent potentially. I think it is important that you've got someone there with that physicality to kind of stunt him out of the box.
Liverpool have kicked off. The game is underway. They're going to go long straight away and just give it straight away, which is not the best start, lads, but let's try again. And we are back underway at Anfield. But if we have another song, let's have a song. I think it's working. Here we go. And Liverpool might need Anfield today. Attacking the second half. The cop for the second half, of course. Here's Joe Gomez's first touch. He'll play right hand side next to Virgil van Dijk. Ibu Konate, best wishes. Long ball forward, straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Yeah, they look great for Ibu. I don't know if he's broke his arm. He looked like Van Dijk landed on him, stood on him, but I don't know if that's what caused the issue or it was the fall.
It was the way
it was
fell,
arm
like
slash
that.
wrist. It wasn't great either way. Hopefully not too long, like I say. He's not on the bench.
The kick in there was poor.
Brighton.
But the whole midfield is just vacated. There was not one body centrally there, and that's another poor pass.
Come on, Liverpool. Wake
Come
up.
on, boys.
Liverpool.
Fucking hell, that's 3 on the bounce there, boys. Let's put a pass to feet.
Oh, Liverpool got a free kick themselves. I thought Gakpo would give away a foul. What did he give that foul for us for? Was it the handball? The Brighton player picked the ball up and Liverpool got a free kick. Can Liverpool do something from a set piece then? Instead,
I'd love to say that this might be our way back into the games, but the delivery.
We got a super chat from a Brighton fan, said, great game so far. I'm sure you're enjoying it. We're not as much. As Liverpool do have a set play then. Tsimikas whips it back.
Took a ball.
Head to my Gomez! Oh, saved. I don't know.
Oh, fuck's sake. How?
Joe Gomez nearly gets his first.
I know,
was he onside? He was onside as well.
Oh.
He had acres of time as well.
Oh. He's just come on.
He's never scored a goal for Liverpool in his life. He makes the perfect run. Just nods it straight to the goalkeeper though. You know what? He actually had time. He wouldn't have known this. He could have took that time. He had more time than he thought he had. McAllister on a yellow card has just given the free kick away. There's a couple of Brighton players asking, not a second yellow. Didn't see the foul. I was too busy thinking Joe Gomez nearly scored. I mean, in hindsight, the last play you'd want, that's the fault.
Yeah, literally.
Let's see McAllister's foul.
It is a foul though.
It's not yellow though, is it?
No, it's not yellow, but you just fucking webbed him in his knee.
To be fair, Gomez is leaning back. All he can do is get that on target. It's comfortable for the goalie though.
Maybe try and head it into the ground.
It's because he has to lean back. They need to try and direct it, but alas, didn't come to nothing. And Brighton playing down the left. It's Estepinian. Ball inside to Welbeck. Danny Welbeck's got a strike at goal. No, it's Virgil van Dijk nods it behind.
Too easy.
I'm surprised Welbeck didn't shoot or try and get ahead of the ball.
Couple of passes. That's all it takes.
He's going for a cross there, hasn't he? What's he crossing that for? I thought he should have shot. He didn't, but it's a corner to Brighton in front of their fans. Corner for the visitors is headed away by Virgil van Dijk. And Liverpool win the second ball. Estepinian wins it. Can Liverpool counter? No. Oh, no one took the ball.
No.
So Bosley left that for nobody. And Brighton have got it back down the left. Costas does well.
Does really well.
I think Szoboszlai sprinted there to go and launch the counter, and we didn't have the ball. Brighton throwing in. Loose ball at Liverpool win with Gravenberch. He's good ball to Szoboszlai. Can the Reds launch a counter? They've gone backwards now. There was no one out there.
No out ball. There was no out ball.
Here's McAllister, got 3 men round him. Gives it away.
Oh, piss poor.
And can't win the second either. That one into it, I think someone's got to get deeper. They're just out. We were talking before the game, maybe outnumbering them in midfield. They are killing us in midfield.
Done well, trying to get back there.
And win the ball.
Does well. Yeah. Does really well.
Here's Gravenberch. 3 men round him. That's a foul.
That's a fucking.
You can't do that. Estepinian wraps around the legs, but I don't think Brighton are that arsed. They've just stopping the game now. Free kick to Liverpool on the halfway line.
I like his name. Estepinian.
Good player.
It's one of them names. Feels good to say.
It does, yeah. He's a good player. I wonder how long Arneslot takes it to look. He obviously had to been forced into one sub. I wonder when he's thinking Diaz. Is he thinking Jones at some point? Trent's definitely inverting here. I wonder if that's something that they're going to look to do more, which would make sense. Try and get that extra man in midfield. Trent started playing centre mids here.
Someone called for it in the chat.
But he's not playing in midfield. No, he's inverting into midfield. There's a difference, isn't there? Here's Gravenberch. Not really forward pass on, that's the problem. So Trent's going to go in. Ooh, give it away. Be careful. Liverpool win it back anyway. Yeah. There's Gravenberch on the turn. Fires it forward. Good. Liverpool can't control it. McAllister and Brighton in front of back.
Oh, as well. Oh,
come on, Reds.
This is it's half comical at this point. It is genuinely half comical.
Got away with it anyway. I think Gravenberch just fired it at his mate. I think who did it? Was it Szoboszlai? I couldn't quite tell, but Liverpool won it back.
50 minutes played. More of the ball. Start of the second half of Liverpool. Yeah, dominating proceedings.
It's slow though. They haven't quite figured out where the space is or how they're going to play. What's the plan? Gravenberch looking for a pass.
He's asking for it, isn't he?
There's no space.
Who's going to show for him?
Their shape's so good. Can Gakpo cause issues down the left? He cuts inside, similar to what he did the other night. Goes a little dink towards Nunez. No, can't get there. Estepinian nods it behind.
Oh, could have went anywhere.
It's an odd decision, but in the end,
can we punish them for that now? It's Gakpo again, trying to cause a little bit of carnage.
To be fair, he does all right there because Salah is behind him.
Yeah.
So I think he makes the right decision, but concedes a corner. And can Liverpool capitalise on said corner?
Let's go.
In swinger for Costas Timkas.
Come on, Jones. Score me a goal. Joe Gomez.
Timkas then. Ball near post. There's a poor one.
Wow.
Unlike him. He's going to get a second bite at it maybe though. He does. That's a better ball in, is it? Brighton head that clear though again. Can we win the scraps? Yeah. With Szoboszlai. Trent's got Gakpo. Go on, Cody. Cody Gakpo dinks it into the box. Too easy to clear that. That was a poor cross. There was
nothing on it. There was no pace on that ball whatsoever.
Trent has to fly on it.
It just did it. Just get your foot over it and just did it. Someone hit the ball towards the goal.
Here's Gakpo to the byline. That's better. Dinks it across. McAllister!
Oh,
good save!
What a save. And he's whacked again. How's this guy always... Again, he's always
he got whacked in the kidney area there as he goes to the for the header.
Always.
Is he fouled?
Ooh,
to a save.
It's a very good save.
Good ball by Gakpo. He's the most likely so far. I mean,
that's a high foot.
He just kicks him in the head.
Just webbed in the head. What?
I don't know how he hurt his... Was it the landing when he hurt his kidney? Because he's certainly old, isn't he? He just always looks injured, doesn't he?
Always.
He's not happy.
Little scrapper, man.
Charlotte, thank you very much for your super chat, Charlotte. Corner then, Alexander Arnold.
Go on. Joe Gomez
rather than out. It was Gomez on near the end of it. Gravenberch nods it back in.
Towards a Brighton body.
Don't foul him. Win it back, yes. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Liverpool
Don't know.
That's a foul. We'll play on.
Szoboszlai's been told to get up.
Thanks, Charlotte, for your super chat. Says, thanks for being with us for another one. We're here for you. You're here for us as well. We're here for you.
We need you.
Long ball by Alexander Arnold. Looking for Van Dijk! Oh, he just missed it! Was he onside? Virgil had stayed up from the set piece. He would have been onside. Oh, him and Nunes can't get in each other's way, but Virgil just doesn't connect on the ball. He just missed it.
He hasn't got his eyes on Nunes, he's got his eyes on the ball.
Yeah, he just missed it. He just misses it.
Miskicks it.
What a cross by Alexander Arnold. What a pick out by Alexander Arnold. Oh. But Virgil just didn't get enough on it. But Liverpool are starting to create a bit of movement in at least a couple of chances.
Wow.
But Brighton have won the ball in midfield and they're on a counter. It's 4v4. Here's Estepinian. Trent's going to have to defend well and does. And he's fouled himself. Fantastic work. Get away.
Hey, bro. Whoa.
Bit of afters between Estepinian and Alexander Arnold there. Just let them get on with the game, ref. Just don't have to talk to him.
Argy-bargy.
We don't need this.
No.
Let us just play. Free kick to the pool anyway. Trent defended really well there.
He did. Strong.
He's looking for a pass for the free kick. Can we play?
Give him an angle.
What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for the ref? Or are we just going to give it to the goalie? Kelleher's going to come and take it instead.
Got to go long.
Do go along. What are you looking for? They're looking for a flick on off Szoboszlai. Get it. Can Nunes flick around the corner? He can. Well. Can Salah get there? He can. Mo Salah! Save! Big save! Salah was one-on-one. I think he tried to dink it over the goalie.
No conviction in it, mate.
I think he's tried to dink it over the goal. It was route one from Liverpool. Flick on again. Salah beats Estepinian to it. He just gets caught under his feet. I think he's trying to dink it over the goalie and just doesn't get enough on it. But Liverpool are starting to at least create a little bit of movement here, but Brighton have won the ball back in our half. It's end to end now, I'm not sure. I mean, it might have to be for Liverpool to get back in it, but that was a big opportunity for Salah. Just didn't quite get enough on it. But Liverpool are creating bits, which is more than I could say in the first half. I mean, maybe route one's the way to go. That was just too big flick up the pitches. Right, Costas Timkas strong over there. Twice. That was good, actually. And wins a throw-in. Yeah, Liverpool trying to... It feels better, Errol.
It does.
Not amazing, It couldn't have got much worse, but they're doing a bit better.
That's it. I think we've bossed the proceedings so far in the second half.
At least they're getting opportunities.
It's that little bit of quality. Just under the seat, but he's done work in his favour.
Gravenberch down the line to Nunes. Is he onside? We'll find out. We're going to play on for now. Nunes crosses. Gravenberch gets there. We're playing on, so it must have been onside. Well, they've given it away anyway, so it doesn't matter now. And then there's a counter attack. Get back, Reds. Get back. Gomez, brilliant.
Well done, Joe.
Fantastic by Joe Gomez.
Oh, it's a poor ball. Too straight.
It was the right ball. He was looking for Nunes, but yeah, you're right, too straight. McAllister hasn't got his boots on today. Throw into Liverpool. Liverpool up for this second half. They've responded all right, to be fair to them. That was brilliant by Gomez.
Really good.
Liverpool have won a few duels, won a few challenges. Just haven't quite found that last end product just yet. Trent with a big switch. Gets there as well.
Away with it. Come on, Code.
Gakpo.
Cheat code, Gakpo over
down his line. Can Timmercast get there? He can. Corner. Did he keep it in? No, there's ain't goal kick. He mustn't have got there. And Verbruggen will take the goal kick. So Salah, just going back to that chance, Salah nods it down to himself. What's he trying to do? He tries to dink the goal. He just doesn't get enough on it. Yeah. And
there was someone running towards the line anyway. I don't think he was ever going to beat him with the dink.
I think he was trying to dink it over and then score. I don't think he just never got enough on it.
We're not winning, mate.
Liverpool have won it back high up thanks to Gravenberch. He's found Salah. Salah cuts inside. Back. Oh, gives it away, Mo Salah. And then Brighton, they are dangerous on the counter. Be careful here. Costas is holding his man up as best as he can. That isn't a bad foul to give away. Are they playing on? No, they're not. Here they are.
Yeah, they are.
Refs said play on, so they are. Well, Liverpool have been caught out and a goal kick.
Giving it away. It's going to go safely into Keller's hand.
He stopped for the free kick. And the ref said, you had the ball, I'd play on.
Oh, flipping heck, boys. All of these passes are just hospital balls. You're asking to get somebody injured. Wow.
Get the ball as well. Get up, lad. Liverpool are fine. Play on. Nothing wrong with him. Play on. Salah loses out to Estepinian now.
Too lightweight.
Here's Matoma. Trent takes it off him. At least Liverpool are winning the duels.
That's what I said. You got to start doing that first.
That's been the start.
He rattled through him. Absolutely rattled through him.
It's a good challenge by Sabaz.
It's a brilliant challenge.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, his ankle twisted though. His ankle did twist there. That's a sore one. See that? I hope he's alright, bless him.
Ouch.
That's a sore one on the ankle, lads. Ayari, who's gone down. His ankle, he got stuck underneath Sabozlai's arse, basically. And you see the ankle twist. It wasn't pretty, that. They may be forced into a sub here themselves. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth elsewhere. Nottingham Forest are beating West Ham, and West Ham have had a man sent off.
This might just be a weekend you can roll down.
Ipswich have gone 1-0 up against Leicester. Everton, Southampton's 0-0. There you go. That's all you need to know so far.
Stress. The stress.
Yeah. Liverpool have got half an hour to get themselves a goal and then try and get themselves a winner before put through. What have you made of the first 15? Better?
Yeah, mate, it couldn't have been worse. If they would have scored another one, obviously we would have felt a lot worse, but we couldn't have played any worse than what we did in that first half at times. But I genuinely think Liverpool have come out in the second half better, stronger, more physical. Just to get a little bit off at that final ball, some of the passes, getting connections, a little bit of quality when it's needed most as well. Joe Gomez had an opportunity, Virgil van Dijk's had an opportunity, Salah's had an opportunity. So when I was slating them before saying, we're not creating the chances, there's the chances being created. It's just who's going to have the quality to finish them again. I think a little bit of credit needs to go to Szoboszlai and Nunes for the flick on and getting Salah on his way. But when that happens, we haven't been making a great deal of chances. We need to really capitalise.
And when you do get them, you've got to be better. Van Dijk, Gomez and Salah have all had chances in this 15 minutes.
Oh, completely agree.
I really forced the goalie into like what you'd call a difficult save. The Gomez one was right at him. Van Dijk missed it and Salah kind of just didn't get enough on the ball. Gomez wins his header. Gravenberch turns, loses out though, foul though by Jorginho. Give us the ball, Danny. Brighton just stop, start.
Suits them.
Liverpool needs to play. Liverpool are playing on, rightly so.
Look, Gakpo's asking for the ball. He's asking for the ball. It's taken so long to get out there. And now he's got two men over on him.
I think he's the best option so far, Gakpo, of trying to get something out of this.
In terms of a creator, yeah, I think he probably is.
Here he is now. Plays it inside, looking for Nunes. Chests it down, but
So nobody.
right and clear. Only as far as Gravenberch. Nice turn, nice touch. Come on, Liverpool. This is
Bit
better, at
quicker,
least.
bit quicker.
Trent from distance goes for the dink over the top for Gakpo. Straight past, though. And it goes out for a goal kick. What you going to do with that?
Not what he can do. Been one of those afternoons.
Oh, I think Bournemouth might have just scored against City. Yeah, they have.
On an afternoon where Arsenal have dropped points, City on the verge of dropping points, Liverpool on the verge of dropping points. It only took one of us to be pretty fucking good today, and it would have been a brilliant weekend.
For someone.
Take a draw now.
Maybe, I don't know. If that stays 2-0, maybe, but got to get there. I mean, no, really, you don't want to, do you? But
beggars can't be fucked.
yeah, well, let's get a goal first.
Yeah, yo.
Fuck's sake. Well, I'm happier with this second half so far. Can we just make something of it as Gravenberch goes long, looks for Salah? His passing's not been great today, Gravenberch, actually.
The range of passes.
And he's usually better than that. Liverpool,
Again, those little balls, though,
done,
them like half chances where the ball just doesn't drop to you, they're killing us at the minute.
What we have done better is stop them playing through the middle so far.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Which is step one. Whether they can do anything else afterwards, because now they're going to go down the left. Trent nods that down. Can we win the second ball? Yes. Can we win the third ball? Oh, he just dived in. Gravenberch has won it, though. And it's fouled. Surely, ref. Fucking hell. Right then.
Come on, boys.
Trent with a big switch is poor.
Poor.
Better than that, Trent. Costas wins it back for him now.
Go back.
At least we're getting the ball in this half. And we're winning it back. It's not like they're giving us it. Liverpool are winning the ball back. It's been a bit wasteful, but it's there for us. I think this Trent in midfield thing has kind of shut Brighton down a little bit in terms of playing through us. As Costas goes along. I'm not sure that's the ball, man. Throw into Brighton. It's Crossbow says I'd get Jones and Diaz on for McAllister and Gakpo. It's an option. You've got to think he's looking at Diaz soon, don't you?
Within the next 5 minutes. Oh, slipping. See all of that? You just keep getting jammy.
Here's Matoma.
1v1 with Trent.
Oh, Trent does well.
Really well.
And it's fouled, surely. Yeah, he is.
And then he just volleyed the ball away.
That's what Trent's asking. Did he not kick the ball away?
Done really well there, Trent.
He's had a couple of times where he's been up against Matoma and done well. And he wins the ball, and then he is fouled. Right then, here's Szoboszlai. Meg's his man. Ball inside, good ball to Salah. Salah on the turn, come on Liverpool.
Got to be quicker. It's got to be quicker. You're holding on to it, you're chewing the ball.
Salah to Gakpo. Gakpo cuts inside, Gakpo shoots! Oh!
I thought that was going to hit the crossbar, didn't it?
He went for the same goal that he pretty much scored against them the other week. Well, the other day, I should say. How far away was it in the end? It's the right move. Oh, we know he can do it. Just a little bit wide, didn't get his foot round it. He scored it on Wednesday, just didn't get it right here.
And it is the change.
Lee Murphy says I'd bring Jones on and McAllister off. Trent's passing has been awful. McAllister is going off and there's Curtis Jones coming on. Luis Diaz is coming on as well. Who for? You'd imagine it's Gakpo, you'd think, but might not be.
I think it should be Gakpo.
Szoboszlai, is it?
Yeah, Szoboszlai. Interesting.
Ooh, interesting. 4 up front. Cody Gakpo might have midfield job, maybe?
Maybe he's that City 2-0 down and he wants to win.
Yeah, he wants to win a goal, doesn't he?
It's going to be interesting.
4-2, properly 4-2-4 maybe. Just put Salah up front. We'll see how the manager's planning to work this one out. Jones on. Yeah, Luis Diaz is playing centre forward at the moment. That might just be where the goal kick's been.
Virgil van Dijk's got on the end of his own header there. Does enough.
Let's see how this is going to work out tactically then. I think Luis Diaz is playing up front with Darwin Núñez. I think it's 4-2-4 now.
And the battle has got to continue here from Liverpool.
It's
Jorginho on the ball. Welbeck, Matoma, Estepinian. Just bopping it around again now. Brighton just getting a little bit of a hold of the ball. They haven't had a lot of possession in this second half. But again, so comfortable bringing the ball out from the back. They're very happy on the ball.
Yeah, Brighton just bopping it around.
They just love to just bop it.
What's our formation? Is it 4-3-3? Gakpo's in midfield, maybe? He's certainly deeper on the left, isn't he? There he is now with the ball. Wins it as well. Cody Gakpo looks over the top. Who's he looking for? Oh, it's too straight for Salah. Goalkeeper clears. As Nottingham Forest go 2 up against West Ham. I think they're going into the top 4 as it stands.
Wow. And we're in. Luis Diaz there in behind.
On the right hand
just
side.
cuts, checks back.
Throw, wasn't it? Trent. Cross comes in. All the way through to Jones. Concur to shoot. He can't deflect it.
Handball, the screaming. Nothing.
Goalkeeper keeps that one in as well. Better from Liverpool though. They're having chances. At least knocking on the door a little bit.
We are.
Can they get that goal first of all, and then maybe... Oh, it fucking Nunes, that. Wouldn't have been a goal kick anyway. Do you think all the top 3 teams are tired, says Lamar Johnson? Then he was actually says... It's been a busy few... It's been busy.
Couple of weeks, maybe.
City are struggling with injuries, yeah. It's been difficult.
But these are the games
we don't look I don't think we look
tired. These are the games where you need to capitalise on when you're opposition are weaker. Insert your dominance, man. Put a little bit of pressure out there. Put a marker down on the lead. You're going to make mistakes. We'll capitalise on them. And you just kicked it out of play.
Oh, right then. Brighton throw in right hand side. Costas wins it. Gives it to Virgil. Come on, Liverpool. What can we create? Let's create at least a chance. Big chance. Diaz is going on the right hand side here, so he's almost like got a free roll, Lucho, to go and cause havoc.
No, go and do just that then.
Salah wanted Trent, but Trent had run offside, so he goes back to Gomez. Gravenberg, Liverpool trying to play it across the pitch. Who's he found over there? They found Gakpo wide left. Gakpo's going to cut inside again, he's going to cross it.
Nunes!
Oh yeah!
Wow, Darwin!
I don't know if it's Nunes or Gakpo, I'm not sure. I don't care who it is, but it's a big goal for Liverpool.
It's Gakpo, he's the one celebrating the hardest.
I don't think Nunes touched it. It was Gakpo's, it was like a cross, and it finds its way in. Yeah, I think he's saying, did you touch it?
Hey, let's go. And you said it all match. This has been the guy most likely to do something.
He doesn't touch it. It's gone straight in from Cody Gakpo. Don't think Darwin gets a flick on it, does he?
He just clips it?
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
Either way, it's gone in and Liverpool are level in what could be a massive weekend on the Premier League. It's no. I don't even know if he touches it.
He tries.
I don't know if it's an own goal or it's Gakpo's straight off the cuff. Either way, Liverpool are level. Come on, the Reds. And Anfield is fuming at the ref here for the free kick. Who are you, knobhead? Fuck off. Who's he? Fucking Macaulay Culkin here. Fuck off. Who's he?
Let's go. Let's go.
Dickhead.
Gets in. He's shouting.
How long? Liverpool won, Brighton and Hove Albion won. That's why we were losing. We were playing 2 teams. Anyway, Liverpool have won it back. Here's Cody Gakpo driving forward. Continues to drive. Continues to drive. Oh! He tries to find Salah and Diaz got in the way. And now Brighton can counter. Come on, get back.
Bodies.
It's Danny Welbeck slowing the play down for Brighton, which I'm not sure why. Oh, he's cutting inside. He's going to have a shot. Be careful. Brilliant.
Joe Gomez, excellent.
And Joey Gomez shuts the door. Now Liverpool have got a very attacking team on here, so be careful as you try and defend this one. Air shot from Jorginho. Jones that runs out with it. Can he find a pass so he can find Diaz? He does.
Lovely
find Jones.
Lovely one too.
Come on.
Play him.
Here's Mo Salah. Estepinian up against him. Mo Salah cuts inside. Mo Salah!
Are you mad?
And from 2 in about 2 minutes, and Mo Salah with an absolute thunderbolt at Anfield. And Liverpool just minutes ago were 1-0 down. And now they're 2-1 up, and it's an absolute wonder strike from Mohamed Salah. Worldy goal, he didn't even sniff it.
Woo!
Went past him in a flash.
On the break, on the counter as well. Look at this.
From one end to another, Curtis Jones runs with the ball, runs and runs.
Plays a 1-2, lovely.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And then just plays Salah through. And he was on the ropes, just about to say, they're on the ropes, let's punish them. And Salah does that. Fucking have a bit of that.
The goalkeeper didn't even get a whiff of it. It was past them in a flash. It's Salah of old. It's absolutely glorious from Liverpool's Egyptian king.
He got no connection, no purchase on the chip. He made no mistake about the thunderbolt.
And out of nowhere, it was seconds ago, it felt like Liverpool, we're 1-0 down. And Anfield can do this to teams. It's 2-1. Get Endo on.
Let's get a third now, kill this off.
And Mohamed, what a strike. That's vintage Mo Salah of old. Well, Liverpool have got some defending to do. Oh, be careful. It's Brighton on the edge of the box. Big chance here for them. Some defending to do. Shot at goal blocked again. Joey Gomez.
Joe Gomez has came in. Him and Trent Alexander-Arnold doing a job there against Matoma. The confidence has been zapped out of this Brighton side. Liverpool are buoyant at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
We do not need this to be end-to-end. No,
we don't. No. Let's manage it now.
Brighton are going to go to their bench first. They're going to take a corner before they do. Left footer, Estepinian. Corner comes in near post, Gravenberch. Sorry, Cody Gakpo was. Absolutely webs it clear. Is that going to go out? No, it's not. They're going to keep it in at Brighton. Go all the way back to the goalkeeper. No, they don't. Oh, they've gone a long time, Joey. Yes. And it's back with Kevin Kelleher, who just kicks it as far up the pitch as he can. So were you thinking here, El? You've got to take it forward off, surely, you think?
Yeah, right now, to get Gakpo out to the firing line. Even Nunes, we're going to need Nunes. He's done enough for me today. Enough.
For now, though, here's Matoma. Brighton still not giving up. Oh, shit, we're in trouble here. Right hand side cross comes in. Gomez again! Fantastic from Gomez.
Just keep doing what you're doing. That's why you're on the pitch.
But it's a bit last ditch for my liking though. Brighton again. They're right. Get out of the cross, Cody. Can you stop the cross? We can't. Oh, big chance! And it's who's that?
Wow.
Ryan Gravenberch this time. It's a bit desperate this though. It's a bit desperate. Come on, Reds. Brighton have responded really well since they went down. I think we need to look at our setup here.
Can't hold on like this for 15 minutes.
For now, we've asked Darwin Nunes to drop a bit deeper behind Luis Diaz. Darwin's almost playing as a number 10. Maybe he's the one who goes off if Liverpool are going to make a change.
I would have picked Darwin. Not for any performance related, just we're going to need him come Tuesday.
Long ball forward for Brighton, and there's Matoma up against Trent.
What a touch. Well done, Trent. Trent has been on.
Is that a ball? No.
Trent has been on it in terms of that battle today.
Defensively, he's been excellent. It's been almost like old, like the reverse of what people used to say about Alexander-Arnold. His use of the ball hasn't been great. Defensively, he's been really excellent. But Brighton continue. They knock the ball around so well. They just don't give you a second, do they? This time, Gravenberch wins it back. Salah. Oh, that'll do. Wins a throw-in. I think Liverpool needs to be making a sub here.
Massively.
Brighton are going to make 2. Right then, Brighton go to the bench. Liverpool do. Veltman goes off. Ayari goes off. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't break an ankle before. He's done well not to be off earlier. It's Gruder and Vifa on. Max Vifa, of course, knows Arne Slot well. Yeah, Liverpool doing exactly what I thought they'd do. Wataru Endo is going to come on.
Darwin.
Yeah.
Darwin's coming off.
You could tell when Darwin was in midfield before they were getting used to this. Darwin Nunes goes off, gets a round of applause from Anfield.
And so he should.
Wataru Endo comes on.
And look at him, he looks like he's ready.
Fucking gum shield in.
Innit?
Let's have it.
All out action now. He's like, yeah, there's 2 of us, me, you, come on, pat it up.
He's going to ask Cody Gakpo, I think, to play number 10. No, sorry, Curtis Jones is going to play number 10. It's going to be Endo and Gravenberch as like a pivot. I think that's the right decision. I think I was worried there how Brighton, they responded well, to be fair, Errol.
They have.
They're a good team, man. They're a really good team. Here's Gravenberch. Here's Diaz, who's running around like a Tasmanian devil at the minute. He's on the floor, he's still winning the ball back. Come on,
Lucho.
Lucho.
The ball. Lucho. Endo goes in there. Wow, it is scrappy. They're battling away. Nobody's coming away with this ball. And now Brighton have
it's 3-on-3. Be careful here.
Wow.
Curtis Jones does well to get back.
Let's get it out now. Let's no messing about. Get it up that pitch.
Don't like that.
Got to be better than that, though. Clearance has got to be better. Has got to give them half a chance.
Brighton are pushing for this equaliser. They fancy it.
Big.
It's weird. This where was this Brighton? Were they happy with one, or maybe Liverpool were just the?
I think he was happy with the one. I think he was happy with the one.
It's
tried to take the sting out of it where he could.
I think get those likes up. There's 5,000 of you watching live.
Come on!
If you can all press that like button for the Reds as Brighton go long. Trent nods it away. Does
Deals
really well.
with it.
Can Salah keep it?
Yeah, he does.
Of course he
Get
can.
your body in there now.
That'll
do, yeah.
Liverpool win a throw in. Mongu Gaming with the super chat says 3-1 incoming. Let's go, boys. 2k likes for the win.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it today. Oh, what a finish.
2 unlocked the Chamber of Secrets and brought Joe Gomez back. 18-19 Joe Gomez. he's been great so far.
It's been brilliant. What a response. What a second half from Liverpool as well. A complete turnaround.
Yeah.
Brighton again, no mugs. Was always going to be in it.
As it stands, then Liverpool will go back top of the Premier League by 2 points.
Nottingham Forest sitting, chilling in third. Wow.
Kelleher finds
it's a good ball. Oh, it's a good ball.
Liverpool just trying to keep hold of the ball for a little bit, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world so far.
No, we can manage the minutes now.
5,000 people watching. If you can click that like button, would help us out. Tell a friend, come and join us.
It's going to be a big end to this game.
It's going to be nervy. We're going to need it.
We've done
rock in a hard place. You push for the third. You keep. I don't know what you do. It's
stick
tough.
or twist time here, ladies and gents. Do we stick or do we twist?
You've got to go, and you've got to just keep playing your game for now. You can't Arsenal it and try and defend for 12-15 minutes.
No, we are not the Paella Pulis over this side.
Mo Salah's just getting booted here.
Estepinian's
a bit dirty, you know, and he's having a little bit of a go here today. Oh, I'm a bit nervy today.
It's not been pretty. It's not been vintage. But if Liverpool get the job done here on this particular weekend, it will be absolutely massive. I don't want to sing too soon before our chickens come home to roost. But
James Lim says, "What? I've just finished work. What have you missed? What happened to Canate? And we need this win. Yeah, we do. He landed funny. I think Virgil landed on him off a corner. He's either broke his arm or done something to his wrist. It wasn't great. Luckily, Joe Gomez has been unbelievable since he come on. Right then, Virgil van Dijk on the ball, goes along, looking for Gakpo. Throw in to Brighton in their left back position. How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
I'm not.
I know. One of us has got to be, though. I don't think we can both lose our heads at the same time.
I haven't lost it.
I know you haven't.
I'm just very nervous.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous. Yeah, just that. It means a lot. There's a lot going on here. Right then, Endo back to Kevin Kelleher. 10 minutes plus stoppage time. No, Keith! Oh, he nearly give it away. I shit me pants. But he got away with it in the end. And now Liverpool might break with Salah halfway line. He's got Diaz to his left. It didn't need to be that great of a ball, but he's won a second attempt. What a pass! It's Curtis Jones!
Oh.
Curtis Jones blocked! Why didn't he just shoot with his right? What a pass by Mohamed Salah!
Kept in.
Anyway, Liverpool still got it with Trent.
No one's really making any movement. No one's really making any movement for him, no.
Salah dinks it to the back post. Heads it clear. Timakash with the volley. Easy. Could Jones not have hit that with his right foot?
Possibly.
Why did he cut back inside?
I haven't got a clue.
Liverpool got a bit lucky because Salah's pass was poor to Diaz. It fell back to Salah and then he played an absolute stunner of a ball to Jones.
We haven't had enough of that, where the ball just bobbles back in our path.
Curtis just didn't trust his right foot, but he chopped into his left and ran into traffic. I think he could have just swung a right at that.
I agree.
City have scored, by the way, 2-1 in that one.
Tense. Big 10 minutes here in the Premier League this weekend, ladies and gents. Massive for a couple of teams. Trent again. Got to use his... But well done! The scouting on our team. I want to wear it.
Trent's asking for the crowd to get up.
Yeah, and I want to wear it. We can do our bit as well. Let's play it. Boom! Let's get some energy.
Forest 3-0. Forest having a worldie.
Forest are flying.
Gvardiol score for City. He does that, doesn't he? Right
Just
then.
bails them out, doesn't he?
2-1 to Bournemouth in that game. Don't worry about it.
He's turning into prime Rodri, just bailing them out with big winners.
Let's worry about Liverpool for
Gruda.
Brighton corner.
Dealt with.
Again.
Joe Gomez.
Time.
Take your time.
Liverpool going to launch a counter. Gomez.
Get that win now.
Gomez's header was a good one. Liverpool with the ball with Diaz then. Slowed it down a little bit, which I don't think is the worst idea. Here's Curtis Jones. Man on Curtis. Don't lose it there. He has lost it there.
He has. He's lost it though.
And that'll do. Slows it down at least. Brighton have still got the ball, but the counter-attack.
Feels like
At least Liverpool at least got men back for now.
Really slow.
This clock is just not going anywhere, man.
It's not. It's really not. I feel like it's going backwards.
Here's Matoma. Ball inside, goes to the 1-2. Big chance for Brighton, blocked by Van Dijk.
Dealt with it.
Yeah, Diaz finds Salah. Can Liverpool counter?
Tech time. No!
Salah wins a foul. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant by Mo Salah. He's been absolutely fantastic. He wants a yellow card for someone. Yeah, he gets it as well.
And he gets it. Go on, Salah.
That was brilliant by Salah.
Big these are the type of results so demoralising. If we win this through the adversity for where we was, it's so demoralising to the teams that shit the bed.
So good this from Salah. Just wins that all day. Fantastic by Mo Salah.
Come on.
83 minutes gone then at Anfield.
I am sweating.
Here's Luis Diaz halfway line.
I didn't even kick the ball and I'm sweating.
Liverpool need to look after the ball. The first job. Don't dwell on it too long in the middle because they're lighting like it when you're like a Rice. Curtis got caught out there.
Joe Gomez has been really impressive. The way he's come into the team. Oh, Endo.
That's fine.
That'll do ya.
Endo goes back to Kelleher. He's going to go long.
Wasn't a great kick.
Thankfully, Joe Gomez heads it clear, but Brighton have got it back.
It's all Brighton at the minute. Again.
I think if you're going to go long, go properly long. Like that little dink isn't the ball here for now. My nerves can't take it.
It's Gakpo through the middle. It's Diaz over on the left. It's Salah on this right hand side. Backed up there with the...
Let's win that. Yeah, Liverpool have won it with Endo. He loses out battles. Liverpool have won it. Squared out to the left somehow.
Go play him. He's been asking for it.
Diaz. Lucho Diaz cuts inside.
You've got to do something. It's got to be more decisive than that.
Edge of the box.
It's a corner. It's got to be a corner.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Gravenberg shot. We'll take that though at this time.
It's got to be more decisive than that though. We dwelled on it a little bit too long. Yeah, just pings off his back.
Gakpo and Diaz were literally playing
in each other's way. Playing in each other's way.
They do play the same position, and they were both in it, and they were like stood in each other's way.
Both wanted the ball. Both wanted the pass.
Right then, Kostas, Timikas, corner kick. Van Dijk's up, Gomez is up, Diaz and Gakpo on the goal line. Mo Salah's in there, of course. Kostas then, arm goes up. Corner goes in. Head that goal again! Nearly again!
Was it Joe
Gomez again?
Are you mad?
But straight at the keeper.
He needs to play Brighton every week because eventually he'll score.
It was a wonderful...
It's a great run.
A yard either side and it's a goal for Joe Gomez, but it was straight at the goal.
And he the winner. Rotted. Come on.
5 minutes gone here at Anfield, then 5 plus stoppage time to go.
Gakpo on the 69th minute, Salah on the 72nd. Goals that have turned Liverpool's fortunes around here this afternoon, ladies and gents, because honestly, at one point, I was offering him a draw, and he was very nearly going to take it. Shithouse.
Here's Matoma, edge of the box for Brighton, still playing, Liverpool win it. Oh, be careful here.
Kostas has done really well. Brilliant.
Has he won
done enough.
And Diaz comes away with it.
Unlucky, Joe, unlucky.
That was brilliant by Timikas.
It was really good. It was really, really good.
He's got to defend again now, though. Liverpool doubled up on the left. Be careful. That'll do.
That'll do, yeah.
Throw in to Brighton. Are you going to go long with the throw? It looks like they're lining up for a long one. They're going to bring Ferguson, Adingra. Brighton are going to go for it. Cross comes in. Head up in the air. Can Kevin Kelleher come and get that?
Yes. Get on the floor.
No, he's going to roll it. No, what are you doing?
Take time. You got 4 minutes. We just got to kill a little bit of time.
Elsewhere, Southampton have just gone 1-up against Everton.
This weekend can keep getting better and better. Let's go.
Here's Mo Salah getting fouled again, ref.
How
many times?
And there should be a yellow this time. Show him a yellow card.
Every time Salah's got the ball, Estepinian's just all over him.
Can't grab him like that.
Triple change for the visitors. Evan Ferguson on from Matoma. But I think I saw a Dingra coming on, didn't I? Yeah.
Stinker and hooked. Bye-bye. Ta-da. A Dingra. Oi.
Good player.
Very good.
Goal scores is going off as well.
87 minutes played. Liverpool are still 2-1 up, ladies and gents. We are close. Oh, there's Chiesa. So he is a real person. He does exist. Liverpool have turned it round in the second half. And in some style as well, to be fair.
Kadioglu and Hinsel would go off. It's a Dingra, Moda and Ferguson on, so two proper strikers.
So what I was saying about the Arsenal game the other day, when they was in the ascendancy, they didn't kill us off. They didn't smell that blood and say, yeah, we're going to go for the jugular. Liverpool today, so far, they did. Once they sensed that Brighton had half shit themselves a little bit, they went again. Straight away, made no mistake about it, and punished them, hit them on the counter. And that, my friends, is mentality. Monsters.
Let's hope they can keep it up for the next few minutes.
I really hope we do, because I don't want to look stupid now. Just
it'd be nice to
monologue.
Well, let's find out.
At Arsenal's expense.
Let's find out. Brighton have gone definitely almost like a 3 at the back.
3 at the back.
Can Liverpool stop?
They don't want it. They don't want it.
Here they come again. Left hand side. New challenge for Trent is a Dingra, and he's done well. A Dingra. Oh shit. Big chance here for Brighton as they cross it across the box. Can Liverpool get over with Diaz? Brighton want a penalty. They're not going to get it for now. Play on. Brighton still got the ball. It was Diaz who challenged them. Nothing was given. Here's a Dingra again. Salah's going to get back to tying up Alexander-Arnold. And we're going to give a corner. Brighton wanted the penalty for there. Nothing's given. Corner kick.
No, never. You said never, so you can't go back on what you said. Then you said never.
Corner kick though for Liverpool to defend.
Come on. Defend it with your life.
I'm so nervous.
I'm so sweaty. Sorry in advance. It's a bit late, but just sorry. Hey! Brighton. Get it out! That word!
Brighton corner half clear for Liverpool's going to come back again. Shot at goal.
Down. Thank you.
Falls on it. Yeah. Take your time.
Take your time. Ain't no need to rush.
Take your time, Quavine Kelleher.
Don't rush. Slow touch.
I think it was Jorginho for them, was it? Liverpool going to be Conor Bradley on. Is that just against the Dingra?
Why not? He had them the other day, innit?
Ooh, tough that.
Yeah, it is.
Unless you just think Trent's tired, unless they're going to just double up over there, maybe.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
We'll find out in a second. Ronaldo, Brighton have got the ball at the back.
They're quite happy to have it there. They will play out from the back. Will they need to feel the need to go long at some point? Liverpool not overly pressing at this moment in time, just trying to hold a bit of a shape at the minute. I think it's just tried to do Trent, but Trent wins it.
Everton have equalised, by the way.
Oh, well, we can't have it all, can we? Can't have it all.
What's up Liverpool going to make here? It's Bradley on who's coming off. I don't think I'd take Trent off. No, it's Salah.
It's Salah.
Yeah, Liverpool are going
to do a double job.
I get it.
Double bubble.
4 minutes stoppage time to go, by the way.
Yeah, that's nice. That's normal. Normal settings. Match winner Salah. Ha! 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 Have a bit of that. Brilliant. Ha!
Right then. Oh. The official put 4 minutes on the board. Obviously, this sub might knock a bit onto that, but Liverpool put Conor Bradley in front of Alexander-Arnold.
Steve, let the good people know what's going on after this. Okay. Steve won't let you know.
Stay on YouTube, there's loads of content coming. Here's a Dingra again. Wins a foul. No, he doesn't win a foul.
No, he doesn't. He wins nothing.
Liverpool clear it, but only as far as Estepinian. Can Conor Bradley win it off him? Yes, Conor! Yes, Conor! Yes, Conor! Foul! Yes, Conor Bradley!
Come on.
As you like that one.
Whiffer.
After full time, by the way, Errol will be in this very chair with the fan reaction show, with your guys' thoughts on whatever this happens here. And then over at the board after that with the player ranking show. Me and Dan will be over on redmenplus.com with the player rating show. So that's what you've got to look forward to after this. As Liverpool then, free kick on the halfway line with Alexander-Arnold. Corner flag, that. Yeah, doing exactly that. Can they win it over there with Bradley? No, Estepinian wins the header. Throw into Liverpool, we'll take that.
I'll do. Take your time.
Oh, Everton's goal's being VAR checked.
Oh, it could get better. Oh, this weekend could get better, ladies and gents.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Ooh, you're going to see me smiling from ear to ear in approximately
Fingers crossed.
2 minutes.
I hope so. As Trent goes towards the corner, flag gives
That's
it away.
okay, that's okay. No pressure.
Throw into Brighton. Liverpool have got 2 minutes plus whatever the ref decides to add on left to go.
No danger. It hasn't been pretty. I am going to be shameless. It will be unbearable for everyone who doesn't support Liverpool, but I don't care. They can all hold that this weekend. They can hold it.
I'm nervous, man. I'm really nervous.
No? Oh, brilliant.
And here go Brighton, long ball forward towards there. They're looking for a corner off Timmercast. They're not going to get it. Kostas defends well. He wants someone to help him. Someone come and help him. Gravenberg does. And it's back with the Brighton goalkeeper. Oh my God, Everton's goal.
Stick around, stay in the chat. Let's be unbearable together, ladies and gentlemen, because this could be the weekend of all weekends.
Let's find out. Still, don't jinx it just yet, man.
No, but this was the weekend. This was the period in which Liverpool were going to struggle the most. We weren't going to collect the points. We was going to fall away from the chasing pack. Liverpool could be top of the tree. We've got a minute
plus whatever else added on. I reckon it might be more like a minute and a half, 2 minutes after that sub. Here comes a dinger.
Cuts inside, checks inside. That'll do, yeah.
Endo wins it.
Well done.
And Trent has it at his feet, goes long. Who's he looking for? It's a poor ball.
It's a very poor ball.
Liverpool needs to get back now into shape.
If
you're going to kick it long, Trent, just kick it to the corner.
Just there he goes, wins it again. Happy days. Keep going. There isn't much left.
Brighton's manager arguing with a fella in the main stand to get the ball back.
I love that. Can't give him a yellow card, ref, can you?
Main stand Al fella. Right then. Long ball to the left-hand side.
Get over there.
Brighton's right it is. Cuts inside. Can Liverpool stop the edge of the box? Cuts inside. Stop the corner. Yes! Keith Keller dives on the ball. And we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. We have played pretty much those 4 minutes. It's just up to the referee's discretion of how much more he wants to add on. Kelleher kicks it high towards the Kop as far as he can, which is the right move. Straight into their goalie's hands, though. We're playing added time now.
Ref, blow your whistle.
As Brighton attack on the halfway line.
Ref, be a job's worth and blow your whistle.
Still not clear yet. Liverpool got one more attack to defend.
No, blow your whistle.
Ball comes into Liverpool's box. Headed clear by Endo. Can we get rid, Jones? Just get rid. Foul given.
That'll do.
Curtis Jones buys the free kick off Estepinian.
That'll do. He's had the stinker.
And can that be that? Or are we still playing on? It's a free kick inside Liverpool's own half. And a slot's shouting at someone. He looks calmer than me. He looks bald as me. He just looks a lot calmer. Oh, come on, what's happening? Man City have lost. Manchester City have lost. As Quivine Kelleher kicks it long. Yes! And on the day where Arsenal lose at Newcastle, Manchester City lose at Bournemouth, Liverpool beat Brighton. They come from 1-0 down to win 2-1. Unbelievable scenes. Cody Gakpo and Mohamed Salah fire Liverpool back to the top of the Premier League. What a weekend of Premier League football for Liverpool, Errol. That is unbelievable.
Brilliant. It's absolutely bloody brilliant. Woo! Inject that into the veins, baby. Liverpool have just clinched a massive 3 points. Again, Steve's already said it, but our rivals dropping points, not just drawing, they have both lost on the road. Liverpool at home, making Anfield that fortress. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't plain sailing. But that is the truth.
Liverpool go to the top of the Premier League table. Arsenal lose, Manchester City lose, Liverpool win. Credit to Brighton. I thought Brighton were absolutely fantastic. As Arne Slot's tapping up Van Hecker on the halfway line.
He was always in it.
Old. That is absolutely sensational. Who knows what this means in the long run, but that's a big gut check for Liverpool, Errol. They weren't playing. Brighton with a better team. The first half more than deserved the win. Liverpool stick at it, and you get a moment of good fortune and a moment of sheer quality, and there you go, you're winners. And Arne Slot rightly gets the adulation of the cop there.
Yeah, his substitutes work at the end of the day, put on that pressure, and I go back to that point that I made. When the team can sense the weakness, smell the blood, see the fear in the eyes of the Brighton lads, you've got to go for it. You've got to do everything within your power to make those moments in that period pay off. And when it counted, when it mattered most, Liverpool made it count. And that to me is absolutely brilliant. I said to you, I'm fascinated. I wasn't interested. I didn't really want to see us have to come back from adversity, but I was fascinated to see in which Liverpool was able to handle that. That to me is a massive statement, because it would have been easy to say, oh well, we'll rule out this game week because Arsenal lost and City lost, and no harm, no foul. Do you know what I mean? As you were. The others in the chasing pack get a little bit closer, but we'll pull away from. No, Liverpool said, nah, park that, hold my beer, watch what we're capable of doing, and now Liverpool sit pretty at the top of the Premier League, ladies and gents. We are in pole position, and we are absolutely killing it right now.
Actually, with the members, the difference between us and Arsenal, we win to go top and act like nothing. What a comeback in Slot. We trust. Yeah, Liverpool, to be fair, Liverpool's players were much more calmer full time than I was.
Oh, yeah.
And than Errol was. And Hawks with the super chat, to paraphrase Morpheus, I'm beginning to believe what a turnaround, good character, and the class when we needed it. If anyone doubted it, we are in this race. Yeah, we're absolutely right now. We are absolutely no question about it. I mean, we're leading it. We're the front runners as it stands so far. Right. Thanks very much, all you guys, for joining us for the watch. I'm going to be had a few technical issues with the whatever, but we managed to get there in the end. The Reds win. That's all that matters. Stick on this very channel right now, because we want to hear from you. You've listened to us for ages, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like and all that good stuff, leave a comment, all that nice stuff about us. Hopefully you've enjoyed the Dream Team, but now we want to hear from you, so get in the chat or in the Discord chat and have your say on all things Liverpool 2, Brighton 1. The main man Errol will jump in the hot seat and he'll be reading out all your comments. Stick with him. He'll also be doing the player ranking, show out the board. If Joe Gomez isn't as high up as he can be on that board,
it's all go road.
Stick around for that. Over on redmenplus.com, you'll have the player rating show with myself and Dan Club. Watch Errol, then hop on over to redmenplus.com. Sign up today. There's never been a better time. Why wouldn't you want more Liverpool content in your lives? Look at this season. Look what's going on. It's unbelievable. Come and join us on Redmen Plus as well for the player rating show, where we'll go through everyone. And again, trust me, I will be pulling the head off it in terms of talking about Joe Gomez.
Sound.
Right, stick around. Errol will be here in a minute. See you later. Get in, Liverpool!
And calm, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Redmen TV. I am your boy Errol Smith. Liverpool have beaten Brighton twice in 1 week by 1 goal difference. I feel like it's deja vu, but it was 2-1 today and it was Anfield. And Liverpool are sitting back top of the Premier League. What a day in the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been with us for the watch-along, where have you been? But first and foremost, Arsenal dropped points on the road to Newcastle today, lost 1-0. Liverpool went behind City went behind. City then go 2 behind. Bring a goal back, but end up losing. It is only Liverpool out of the big 3 that see all 3 points rescued and put in the bank today. All the teams would have to come from behind and only Liverpool could deliver. Make of that what you will. But right here, right now, this is your fan reaction. So let's dive straight into it. Because wow, what a game we have just witnessed. There was a bit of electricity in the studio. Steve and me were both panic stations, but it was rescued. How are you feeling now? The full-time whistle is blown. Please do let us know. The shouting with his chest. He's saying Liverpool top of the league. We certainly are. It was nail-biting stuff at times, to be fair with you. But crazy. This guy says, but Errol, our midfield isn't good enough. It's only Arsenal and City that should be talked about for the league. So true, so true. Liverpool were dismissed before the ball was even kicked, as we often are sometimes. When we have a little bit of a dip, straight away, pundits and fans and players alike all just want to disregard Liverpool of what we've been capable of doing, what we've achieved, what we've actually... what can I say? The actual tangible products of what we've went into to win and achieve down the road, it just gets forgotten about. But all of a sudden they'll want to talk about Liverpool now. They'll want to talk about slot ball now. They'll want to talk about the slot machine cashing in once again. Yeah. Wow. It is crazy. Jason Jones says Slot is the man. What did you think of his half-time substitution? Obviously, I know it was Joe Gomez. I'm talking more about his substitutions in the game to change the tactics. What did you think? What were your thoughts? Do let us know. The chat is electric in that respect. By the way, a lot of credit to the ref. Even if we'd have lost, he let the ball play and flow really, really well. I don't actually remember him booking anyone. He did book a couple of people, to be fair. But yeah, McAllister got booked in the first half. And there was a couple of bookings from them. Addy says, we never do it the easy way. No, we don't, but we do it the Liverpool way. And sometimes that is better. Wes even comes in and says, what a battle. I'm glad we won it. Yeah. What I can say is it was a bit of a slugfest. Both teams are really in it. Both teams capable of laying a glove on each other and bloodying the nose of the other. And I felt at times Brighton were in the ascendancy. He was a far better team, but I said it against them and I say it against the Arsenal team last weekend. When Liverpool are on the ropes and you're sensing blood, that's your opportunity to go for it. Go, and if you go for the king, make sure you take off his head. And both teams didn't. Both teams allowed Liverpool a way back into the game. Both teams allowed this Liverpool side to regain control, regain a little bit of confidence and assert themselves in their dominance. When we was able to do that, that's the difference that really took place. I think there was some big standout performances in that second half. So really, really, really impressed there. Mr. Mango says, a great result. Appalling first half, and fingers crossed the Konate injury isn't too serious. Yeah, hopefully he can cross his fingers because it did look like it was some hand-related injury there. Can't afford a defensive injury crisis at this stage of the season. No, but one good thing that we can take from that was this. Konate went off, but it didn't look like Joe Gomez missed a beat in that second half. He was absolutely brilliant, very dominant, very, very aggressive in the game as well. He put his body in there, a couple of big blocks, a little bit of recovery, covered him for Trent at times. It was great. Colours in Space says, it feels great. We managed to pull it back. Was a grim there for a second. It didn't make for pretty viewing. We can look back at that game knowing the results of this afternoon and be really proud of the team's performance, but it didn't, in the moment, in real time, it didn't make for great viewing, and Liverpool had to battle through the adversity to make anything come of that. Yes, of course he is. Of course he is. Someone somewhere knows that this man, this fraudulent guy in Gary Neville, is shedding tears right now. Yeah, Klopp till you drop says, Joe Gomez is my GOAT. I thought he was brilliant. I genuinely did think he was brilliant this afternoon. Slander says Gomez will score this season. Mark my words. Yeah, it looks like we're having a bit of a Joe Gomez loving at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I am here for it, to be honest with you. It is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that was one of my favourite moments in the match as well. You could tell that Liverpool, I think I think the instruction from Slot in that second half would have started with, you've got to be winning more of your individual battles. We have lost so many battles in that first half. We are not going to get the chance to create anything because we're not winning those crucial 50-50s or individual battles, second balls, whatever you want to call it. Liverpool were weak, very, very weak at times. And in that second half, that slide tackle there from Szoboszlai just comes crunching through him and he wins the ball. It's a brilliant tackle. That in itself was another example of what he's asking them to do. Go and win your battles. Go and be aggressive. Go and make sure that you dominate the ball this half. And he responded. The players responded to him. And it's one of the things that I've liked so much about Slot is you can tell a team and you can tell these top, professionals, this is how we're going to win. This is how we're going to do it. And when you're winning, you've got your case study to go off and say, well, we've won and you've been winning my way, so continue to do it my way. But what happens when you're not winning? How do you stay invested in what this manager's saying? How do you still believe in his instructions when things aren't going your way and, you've set up? Do you take that accountability yourself and simply say, we've not been good enough, and if we continue to do what the manager wants, we'll come out the other end of it? Do you then follow the instructions and say, actually, no, he was losing too many battles, let's go and win some battles, and then we've got a foundation to build off? And to me, it looked as though Liverpool definitely set the mind out in that second half to be more combative, more competitive, and more aggressive with the ball. And as a result, he was able to absolutely suffocate Brighton at times. And he looked a little bit shell-shocked, especially after that first goal and the way that it went in. Brilliant. Yeah, Real Talk Football TV. Big up yourself. I love that. Thank you very much for getting involved. He says that Joe Gomez was outstanding. What does he have to do to bag a goal? Yeah, I think he just needs an empty net or something, honestly. Dom O'Shea says Diaz is a banger. Sign him up, Lucho. Yeah, brah. We're going to need Endo in some of these damn games. That turns scrappy. This is the English Premier League. Some games we're going to need more than tactics, man. Yeah, do you know what? It's not always going to be tactics. It's going to be individual moments as well. And what a real moment of quality Mohamed Salah produced for us as well, ladies and gentlemen. The Egyptian King, once again, another goal for the season. He's absolutely brilliant. BM, thank you very much for the super chat as well. On Cloud 9, no one else I would rather watch it with. My guy, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all tuning in as well and watching with us today. Mr. D, who else have we got? Yeah, Mark Smith reckons that Endo was great for the 15-minute burst as well. I thought he was, to be completely honest with you. I thought he came on and did exactly what was needed. Yes, TFP says Nunes was brilliant. I thought he was pretty damn good today as well. Again, not offering him a load of service, but that opportunity in the first half that he carved open for himself, I thought was fantastic. Let's have a little look, and if we go over to Twitter, guys, because this is going to be a quick one, because we've got plenty of other stuff to cover. Where's ours? I'm trying to find. I'm all thumbs with Twitter at the minute. Where is Dan Club's tweet? Dan Club. All right. No, I don't want podcast ratings. Come on, have your say. Top of the league. That is, if that's not the truth, I don't know what is. That's brilliant. Full-time thoughts. Liverpool, Everton as well. Dropping points. Man of the match. Let us know your thoughts and feelings. Man of the match. Let's see what some people have said about man of the match then. Because I don't think we've had our typical post quote. Old Bull says Gakpo, who probably wishes they would schedule 38 games per season versus Brighton. I agree with that there. Anfield Vault reckons Costas is worthy of a shout for man of the match. Do stick around for the player ranking show and we will decide together as a community who ends up being man of the match. Carl says Joe Gomez, and I won't hear another word on the matter. Carl, yes, I think, he was great, in all honesty, Joe Gomez, what he came in to do. You don't often see defensive substitutes that really push the team up the pitch and kind of really galvanise you, but it was definitely amongst one of those performances. Alvin says Trent's defending was class against Matoma today. Yeah, a lot of people saying Joe Gomez didn't put a foot wrong. was brilliant. Big shout out though, the Anfield crowd. They helped us get over the line. I believe that as well, to be fair, even from what I could see on the TV, it did look as though the crowd was right up for it, getting right into the energy for the game. Pisto says, too close for comfort. Brighton are a good team. Joe Gomez came in and became man of the match. Yeah, getting a lot of love there, Joe Gomez. It was fantastic to see. Big B King says, if we win the next 3 Premier League games, I think City will be 7 to 8 points behind us. That's a big ask, but Liverpool have got the potential to go on and do it. Just going over to this super chat here very quickly on, where are we? Mentality to come from behind. That's a massive 3 points. Gomez, excellent after coming on. Mo just doing what Mo does. Yes. Yeah. I mean, he was almost going to get a lot of slander from me for the way he tried to just nonchalantly chip it over the goalkeeper and not getting enough purchase on the ball. But yeah, you know, he made no mistake with the second one. Don't ask him. Don't give him too many chances. Yeah, Lee the Whiz Kid, another one that acknowledges the ground. When they finally woke up, Anfield was awesome. Yeah. And that's another good point. Again, Jones and Diaz came on and changed the game. I think they did as well. I think both of them really added something to the game today. I think our midfield was lacking for large parts in that first half. They was finding it far too easy to get past our press. They was finding those half pockets of space where they was able to exploit us drive, get their out balls nice and early as well. And Liverpool just couldn't really make heads and tails of the formation. We really struggled with it at times. And make no mistake about it, a lot of credit's got to go to Brighton. He's played us twice in the space of about 4 or 5 days, and both times put in a very solid display for themselves, showing the real quality throughout their squad, because they've had to use the squad in the last week to play us. And, you know, we've only edged them by 1 goal on both occasions. We made it very difficult for ourselves today, and I thought they executed their tactics, particularly in that first half, brilliantly. I think in the second half, Liverpool really showed what we're capable of doing when we get a hold of a team and just strangle the life out of them. And I think we did that. I think we did that and absolutely deserved the 3 points in the end. Yeah, who else? Bradley Lloyd says Endo was class. I think all the substitutes came on today. I'll be spoiler alert. I'll be putting all of my substitutes in Boss. Put it that way. Make no mistake about it. They all came in and chipped in and performed today and offered something for us. So that was brilliant. And they're things that we do love to see. Utilising the squad and the squad actually coming in and adding a little bit of quality. And make that point as well, because, and again, you know, me and Steve, we do this show a lot, but we was both on the, you know, belief that the bench didn't have enough to offer us potentially in terms of an attacking threat and the opportunity to break down a team. But it's only when we really made those changes did we start to play our better bit of football and then manage the game as well from that point on. So, you know, a lot of credit has to be said as the squad as a whole. It wasn't just the 11 today, because at times the 11 in periods fell short, but overall came good. So very, very Adam Martin says keep wearing the cap. It's lucky. Maybe against Brighton only. But yeah, it was another good afternoon for Liverpool. Right, guys, a couple more thoughts. Let's go over to the Discord, because the Discord's always popping. There'll be something in there. Luffy says let's see what we've got going on in the chat. Somehow they're all talking about the stream at the moment. He was talking about the likes of Ibu from the looks of things. Realistically, in the top 4, I can't make heads and tails. The chat just moves so bloody fast on this one. Ibu off, yeah, it's still kind of stuck. But let's see what else we've got. Forest are now 3rd in the league. Wow. What a start to the season they've had. Yeah. Oh, I'm not even going to... You can read that. I'm not even going to read that out. It's funny. It is funny, but I'm not going to read that out. Oh, you're getting a good night's sleep. Right. Gary Cope, I can imagine this to be true. I've not even checked any of my own socials yet to see what's going on in the social media world. But the fan fumes, the media fumes, I can imagine they're there. They're frothing at the moment, pissed. And long may it continue as well. Someone said all the subs were excellent. Yeah, Hassan, thank you. Big up yourself, Hassan. Thank you very much for getting involved in the show. All the subs were excellent. Joe was boss. He played really well. Gakpo was excellent. Yeah, big credit to Steve as well. He said it early in the game. Gakpo seems to be the one. He seems to be the one that is going to create something. He's going to have some level of output for us this afternoon. He seems to be the guy that we should continue to give the ball to and keep trying to provide chances for. And I just thought that analysis or that observation at the time was right, but the longer the game went on, we was desperate for Gakpo to do something, because he did look like at one point the only one who had the ability, and he came good. Yeah, Jamie, this is massive. We can turn our attentions to the Champions League. We can turn our attentions to Aston Villa next weekend. I think that's a late kickoff. I don't know if that's like an 8 o'clock one. It comes across as a bit of a late one next week. So again, we'll have seen early teams kicking off. We'll have seen the 3 o'clocks. We'll have seen the R5. Liverpool then want to still be top of the league come next Saturday evening, going into Saturday night. But it feels like a great opportunity for Liverpool to do some damage. We've got a super chat coming through here as well. Slot's been ruthless and spot on with his substitutes, something that might have been Jurgen's slight weakness in the past. It's going to get rough eventually, but glad that he's been able to get the support prior to that. Yeah, and the results will have definitely helped him in sort of creating that environment. But ladies and gents, we have got another show to do. Please do keep letting us know your thoughts and feelings. Let us know who your man of the match is. I am about to go over to the board. We are going to run through, and I mean sprint through some of these players. And we'll see who comes out on top on the player ranking show. Join me in a couple of moments. I'll see you in a sec. Ladies and gentlemen, you are back with me, Errol Smith, over at the Redmen TV's board. You know what time it is. It's player rankings. Liverpool 2, Brighton 1. It was a bit of a slugfest. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty, but Liverpool are sitting top of the Premier League this weekend, and we cannot be pipped because all the other teams around us have already dropped points, and Everton have dropped points. It is the weekend of all weekends, ladies and gents. But let's dive straight into it with someone who keeps coming up with the goods at this moment for us, ladies and gentlemen. Keith Kelleher, another brilliant performance. There's nothing he can really do about the Brighton goal. It's an excellent finish. It comes off the inside of the post and goes back in. But then about 10 minutes later, he comes up with a massive save in the first half. When the ball does make its way past Virgil van Dijk, it breaks. I think it was Jorginho running through on goal, and Kelleher again stayed big, stayed strong, gets a leg, sticks a leg out, and keeps it at 1-0. Now, at that point in time, if Liverpool go on to concede 2 goals, I am not confident that we pull that game back in the manner in which we did. So that, for me, was a massive save to keep us in the game. It was Alisson-like. It was brilliant. He's been brilliant. I'd say he's been boss. What does the chat say? We've got Dickie Oy Red saying, "Hi Sam, Dickie, we could do better than that." Andrew Walker said he was boss. Red Swan says, high sound, low boss, but wasn't great with his feet. Okay, I think that may be a fair observation. I think some of his passing today was a little bit off, but I'm not going to knock him too much. When he mattered most, the big stops and the saves, he was there to save the day. Yeah, Jerome says, high sound, low boss. He's tethering at the minute in and around here by your metrics, guys, not by mine. Low sound, low boss, high sound. Shall we leave him there? Would you be happy? Do I need to move him up, down, say up or down? Give me some indication. I think he should probably be in there. But you guys are saying here, this is your show. I need to know once and for all. People are saying bored is fair. People are saying they're happy. Have you ever seen that show? What was it called now? Storage Hunters, where the guy's like, yep. So are we going once or are we going twice? Is Keller going to stay there, ladies and gentlemen? Stay. Everyone's saying up. People are saying up now. Keller was sound, right? I'm going to etch him and just put him there. His name could be on the bar. How about that? All right, cool. I think the chat is happy with that. We shall move to right back. Had a tricky assignment today. Matoma, we know he's got quality. We know he's got a PhD in dribbling. We know he moves with that ball. He is brilliant when it comes to taking defenders on 1v1, but I think Trent Alexander holds his own. I don't think he was particularly great with the ball at his feet in his distribution first half. He inverts a little bit in the second half, allows us to regain a bit more control in that midfield area. We don't get ran through as much. So the tactical tweak definitely worked. Did it really free up Trent to do what he does best? Did it really play to Trent's strengths? I'm not 100% convinced. But, again, I think he did help out. And I think in terms of the defensive task of keeping Matoma quiet, I think he absolutely nailed that. So I am going to go with a sound for Trent. Sound performance overall. It was good enough. Didn't have any standout moments. Didn't drop a howler defensively. For me, I think that's absolutely fine. Canate struggled at times defensively. I thought he was fine. I'm just going to go sound straight off the bat. He comes off at half time, ladies and gents. There's not a lot that he can do really there if you're asking me. Comes off at half time. Hopefully he's not too injured. I thought defensively he was absolutely fine. I think him and Trent did deal with Matoma in that first half as a bit of a unit, as a bit of a pairing. I'm quite happy. To be fair, you could even do that if you wanted to kind of grade them a little bit. He does come off at half time with a slight injury. Fingers crossed. But yeah, Ibou was sound. Moving over to Virgil van Dijk. Again, moments in terms of his passes, you know, not the best. Trying to play a few balls in through the lines and you know, the accuracy wasn't there. He does get beat for Jorginho to end up with that one-on-one. There was a few moments in his game today that I wasn't overly convinced with in terms of dominance and a dominant performance as you'd expect from your goalkeeper. But I think overall that consistent voice, that leadership, I think he was very sound in the end. People are saying low sound there. What else have we got? Did try and take out a few of our players, yeah. He was lower sound, probably one of his worst games this season. Virgil sound today, had a few dodgy passes, I agree. People saying Trent was not better than Canate. Trent did the whole 90 minutes and wrapped up Matoma, but what are you talking about? Blimey heck. Van Dijk was sound. Our midfield probably didn't help, yeah. Virg should have scored, yeah, and that was a big chance, that for me. The Virg one was a big chance. I'm going to go sound as well. I think defensively was fine. I think this guy deserves a minute to talk about him, ladies and gents. What was your thoughts on Tsimikas? I'm not going to give you mine yet. I'm going to give you the chance to get some of yours in and I'll dissect them and unpack them. But let us know. We're on to Tsimikas. Kostas, I've got people coming through saying Kostas was boss. Boss today. The best defender, people are saying, was Tsimikas. Yeah, Kostas was boss. Do you know one thing I liked is it's already evident that Robertson is having a bit of a downward turn in form. When you get given the shirt and get given the chance, you've got to be able to take it and justify you keeping it above the said guy. And he did that for me today. His performance was really good. I do genuinely think he was best of the defensive line. I thought some of his deliveries into the box, you already know the quality that he's got. in being able to do that. We know the quality he possesses, but I also think his reading of the game today, his battling, his willingness, the running, it didn't stop. We've seen Costas flag after 65, 70 minutes. Today his energy levels sustained that peak right throughout. I thought he was really good. Ahmad says Simas was low boss. Red Swan says put some respect on his name because he's adding quality to the badge. He plays for the badge and he's adding quality now. Yeah, corners were always there from Simicast. They was. Henry says the Greek was on point today. Boss, this is the point that I was making, Rob, thank you. Boss stepped up and took his chance. Absolutely. Nailed on for me. Moving into the midfield. Oh, we just lost our magnet there. Doing that. Ryan. I'm not going to go in too much because I think this guy's been absolutely phenomenal and bloody brilliant for us so far this season. He really has. Today was an off day, especially in that first half. He really struggled at times in that first half to really try and get Liverpool on the front foot, try and play the ball through the lines. I've said it more often than not. This guy's MO, when he gets the ball on that half turn, he turns into space and he just wants to play the ball forward, whichever way he can. Whether he needs to spray it out wide or he just needs to play a little cute pass, 5 to 10 yards, he's got it and he's capable of doing it. There wasn't enough of that for me today. I thought he really struggled. I thought over the course of the game, he started to get a bit more of a grip of it. But for large periods, he was struggling. So for me, it is just going to be sound for Gravenberch. I don't know what your takes was. I can see some people saying sound, can be better, but he's never disappointed this season. It was mid-sound. I can see the comments there, generally in and around the sound. Apart from Gino. Gino says I'm delusional. I might be. But the rest of the chat might be delusional as well because they consider them to be sound. So argue with the chat. Next up, McAllister always seems to be in the bloody wars. I feel sorry for him because his body just must be battered black and blue, this lad. But another one for me struggled a little bit. I think it's hard to detach from the first and the second half because we were so poor in that first half, and it was predominantly down to the lack of aggression, the lack of intensity, and the lack of composure on the ball in midfield. We didn't string enough passes together. We wasn't winning enough individual battles. We was really, really struggling. So for me, I can't really place any of the midfielders in the high sound. He was all sound. Whole midfield got bullied. Yeah, Dave, I think you make a great point. Dave 126. McAllister even getting shouted at as you're messing. Do you know what? They've turned it round as a team though, because there would have been a few you messings. I can't even lie to you, there would have been a few if we wouldn't have pulled this game back, especially how the rest of the weekend's gone in the league. But I am going to go for another sound in McAllister there. Same can be said for this lad. I think the same can be said for him. I think all three of the midfielders today was just sound. I don't think they stepped up. I don't think any of them had a particularly good game. I think the longer the game went on, I think the more they started to grow into it. And in the second half, they did start to insert a little bit of dominance over the likes of the Brighton midfield. But at times they struggled, and they really was exposed with certain frailties today. Make no mistake about that. Okay, the front three. Cody's done it again. 3 goals, 2 games against Brighton so far this week. Bet he wishes he could play Brighton every single week, as someone said in the last show, and I agree. I think he was absolutely fantastic for us at times today. I thought exactly he was the outball, he was the driving force, he was someone that looked like he could create, but he also had a little bit of end product as well. I thought he did very, very well for us today. Another goal coming out wide. Maybe cross-turn shot. Nunes ducks out of the way of it. Doesn't matter. It finds its way into the bottom of the goal and gets us back into the game. And I thought from that moment, Liverpool just went up a couple of gears. Yeah, I can see all the chat there saying, boss, boss, boss. He was sound. First time was MIA. First half, King Cody, I'm getting in there. High sound, high boss. He's been brilliant. You guys know ball, because Cody Gakpo again potentially could be another man of the match performance from Cody Gakpo, but we will see. We will see. Darwin Nunes working hard again, grafting. I think as well, as much as I could say they were all sound, it'd almost be fair to say that all of the strike force from Liverpool today were at least in and around the boss section. We'll come on to Salah, but I think it's fair to say, in the end, these lads all stepped up when it mattered most for Liverpool. I think Núñez was good. I thought his first half was probably one of the only good players in that first half for Liverpool in terms of his work rate and his energy, that press as well. The way that he flicks the ball on the halfway line, spins his man, runs all the way down the left wing, cuts back inside eventually and gets off a shot. He probably should have just done what Salah did and just tried to top bins it. He gets it a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, but that was absolutely individual brilliance from Darwin Núñez. But Salah, second half, we're going to keep saying it, he's a guy that lives off moments at this moment in time because he wasn't having the best game. He wasn't doing the most. Darwin Núñez, again, the link-up play is there from 1 to 2. Straight ball, Szoboszlai flicks it. Darwin flicks it. Salah's running through, clean on goal. And he decides to chip the keeper with the slightest little flick over him. Never going to score from that. And then 10-15 minutes later, Liverpool are back in the game. Salah needs a big moment. The ball comes out to him and he makes absolutely no mistake because he thunder bastards it right into the top bins, leaves the keeper with absolutely no chance. So it was brilliant. But I think where the game was won today, ladies and gents, it wasn't necessarily these lads that started. It is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bradley will get his flowers as well. I'll give him a little mention towards the end. But in the order that they came on, I told you where all my subs were going before this show even started. So do not be surprised. Boss. Chat, tell me about Joe Gomez. That's our third choice centre-half at this moment in time. Third choice, by the way. If Konate's fit, Konate starts. If he's not, Gomez starts. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You would have thought that Konate was still on the pitch in terms of the level of dominance and physicality that was still there. Not only that, we've still got the aggression and the recovery pace from Joe Gomez. It was brilliant today. Big blocks, big challenges, presence, bringing that aggression into the pitch. It was exactly what Liverpool needed in that second half. Yeah. End of the level boss Joe Gomez. It really was one of those performances from him, and he very nearly had 2 goals. A guy that never scores, has never scored a goal for Liverpool, nearly ended up with 2 goals, both headers on target. It was unbelievable, an excellent showing from Joe Gomez today. Errol, ain't nobody like Joe Gomez. Perry, you are spot on, my mate. Curtis Jones sets up the winner for Salah. Gets us on our way. Some nice work, counter-attack from back to front. Liverpool of old really was so brutal on the counter, cutthroat, needed to be done. Jones was excellent today as well. Another one for me that I will happily sit right up there. And then finally, these two. Both of them chipped in again. Diaz causing an amount of untold trouble for the defensive line in terms of his dribbling, his movement on the ball, his carrying of the ball, his hold-up play, winning free kicks. And when the game's scrappy, you just need someone to continue to break up that play and disturb the rhythm of Brighton trying to get back into the game. There's nobody better than Wataru Endo to come and do that job. Ladies and gents, he absolutely smashed it. Both of them have been boss for me today. And this is where I need your help. Final say. Obviously, Bradley comes in. Told you, they're all going up there. They're all boss. Helped out, substitute for Salah. Helped double up on a dinger just before the game was over. But I need to know. Let me know now. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Get it in the chat. Talk amongst yourselves. Who was the man of the match? Who was the guy? Couple special mentions, honorary mentions. Definitely conversation starter for Gakpo. There's definitely got to be a combo around Gakpo. I'm seeing other people saying Gomez as well. Slot deserves man of the match. Slot definitely deserves his flowers for the way that he handled the game. Endo and Diaz were sound. Mate, we just won. They just come on and absolutely bossed it for us. Slot, ain't nobody's taking Joey G's man of the match. Do you know what, ladies and gents? You guys know ball. What are we doing? We all know who the man of the match was today. We all know it was King Joe. King Joe in the cut is our man of the match, ladies and gentlemen. This has been your player rankings. Liverpool are top of the league. Top of the league. Can you believe it? They said we've not played anyone. We only played Brighton, only played Chelsea, only played Man U, only played Arsenal, and the rest. And we are sitting top of the tree. Ladies and gents, Liverpool 2, Brighton 1. Next week, we've got a big game again. We're going to go away and we're going to play, and we're going to be at home by Leverkusen first, and then we're going to bring Anfield for Aston Villa on the weekend. So stay tuned, because Redmen TV have got you boxed once again. I'll be back. See you soon.